Hey everyone, how are y'all? Shishi, how are you? Sally Mae, I don't know if Avery is still in here or not. And Sally Mae, are you feeling any better? Shishi, I'm doing good. I slept most of the day, off and on. Now, Millimeter, where did Hugh go? Avery, there's no telling about Avery. Y'all know this? She comes in, she says hi, and then she just vanishes. Princess Megan, how are you? Just Dawn, how are you? Now, Millimeter, you know she can't sit still. I swear she's got like ADD or something. Ah, there's Avery. All right, Avery, they were asking about you. The cop shooting in Cali. Okay, hold on. Elsie, how are you? Oh shit, my bad, Avery.
I know. Just forget all about me.
No, I was trying to do something. Okay, so Avery, Elsie was wanting to know how Jaden is doing today.
Oh, so he's really good. We're home and he's got a new medication for the aura with the headache and a new medication for the optical neuropathy, which is a steroid.
Okay, so he's gonna be okay though, right?
Hope so.
Okay,
Yeah, I feel pretty positive.
okay. Yeah, I know that Betty Joe went with Bubbles to watch some movie. What it. I forgot what she told me the name of the movie was now. But anyway, so she'll be in here later on at some point, I think. Okay, and in that case that you sent me of the officer,
Yeah.
I wait, Shishi, you can't hear me? Oh shit, Avery, can you hear me fine?
Yeah.
Okay, can put a one in the chat if you can hear me.
Did you say put a one in the chat if you can't hear me?
No, if you can, they wouldn't be putting a one in the chat if they could not hear me.
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, wait a minute. What did she just say?
Um, okay, is that your what the hell were them things called? What is that noise, Avery?
So sorry. I was filing my nails.
Oh, no,
Did
no,
that?
no, 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 no. Please don't do that. Please.
I just, I thought maybe you guys
Oh my
could hear me.
God. 9 millimeters, like, oh, hell no. Oh my God. Just thought that's where I was going with it because of the, uh, shit, what did you used to call the cicadas?
Oh, this noise?
The what?
This noise. Oh, my taquitos.
Yeah.
I just thought that you guys might miss the sound of a nail file.
Trust me, you do not. Oh my God, I just lost all concentration of thought.
Oh, I had that prepared like 10 minutes before the live started. Shit.
Damn, you've been planning this, right?
Jaden, I am on panel.
Leave him
Did you
alone.
guys, did you guys hear that big roar?
No, but leave him alone.
Oh my God, he almost gave me a heart attack.
Well, it's okay. Leave him alone. He's been sick.
Oh, Lord, mercy. My heart. He come around the corner, and I was coming around the corner. We were coming, and he just scared the living Jesus out of me. Now, what were you saying about the case? With the, are you talking about the one with was he a sheriff or a police chief?
He was a police chief, but only a police chief for 4 months. And then the city council was like, basically, they gave him an ultimatum: either you retire, or no, I'm sorry, you resign, or we will fire you. Apparently, a lot of people had issues with him.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that was the mayor of the town, I think, had issues with him. The guy that he is accused of murdering and what he was doing a 30-year stint for, that guy's sister is now the mayor of the town. Her husband was the mayor of the town at the time that her brother was murdered.
And then he also has a RAPE
Yes,
conviction too.
which is, he has a 50-year stint for that. It was of an elementary school teacher.
Oh my God.
That happened in 97. The murder of the other guy happened in 2017. Hey, Courtney, how are you? And he ended up pleading guilty to the murder charge in 2017. He was basically doing 80 years total.
Okay,
For
but wait, what year was he police chief?
he was only police chief for 4 months, from what I could find out. Hold on, because I know I wrote that down.
But surely he wasn't police chief after the
No.
RAPE.
Okay, so yes, he was. He
What?
was the police chief of the town for 4 months. He was given an ultimatum to either quit or be fired. The city council gave him that ultimatum. 9 months later is when he murdered the man, whose brother-in-law at the time of the murder, and was also on the phone with him at the time of the murder, was the mayor of the town. Now, the guy who lost his life, his sister is now the mayor of the town. Hey, Betty Jo.
But what I'm trying to understand is, how did he get police chief after an RAPE conviction?
Okay, so that happened in 97. All they had was his DNA. So when, I'm guessing, this whole murder charge came out,
Uh-huh.
they ran his DNA through CODIS because he had left DNA in the victim's car of the guy that he murdered. So when they ran his name through CODIS, it popped up from that rape charge. Oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, from the R charge from 1997 of the elementary school teacher. So he has an 80-year sentence for that. He has a 30-year sentence for the murder of oh shit, what was the guy's name? James Appleton. And apparently he had an issue with Mr. Appleton while he was police chief. He had issues with other officers while he was police chief in this whole 4-month deal.
Mm-hmm.
James Appleton's brother-in-law was the mayor of the town at the time. City council gives him an ultimatum: you either quit or you get fired. So he resigns after 4 months of being police chief, and then 9 months later he murders James Appleton.
Whoa.
And now James Appleton's sister, hey Jim with 2 N's, is the current mayor of the town.
Oh, we have people coming in still, and Betty Jo just came up. Should I go get my nail file?
Wait, did I? Okay, I don't even remember adding Betty Jo to the stream.
You did.
Everyone's being loud. I'll be. Hold on a minute, okay?
Okay.
I just didn't know, if I should do my nail file again, because I know they miss it.
Avery.
Yo.
You wise ass.
Huh?
I said, Avery, you wise ass.
Did you hear the beginning of her show?
No, because I just got home.
You missed it, boy. I was filing away, and finally she's like, "What's that noise? What is that?"
No, yeah, we just got home.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, the baby loved it.
So you went to go see a movie, right?
Yeah, we went to go see Lilo and Stitch.
Did she sit through the whole movie?
She sure did.
Oh, wow.
She didn't. The one part where goes down to the bottom of the water. He said, "You can do it, Lilo. I believe in you."
Oh.
So she liked it then.
Stitch.
Oh, see, I want to be a little girl all over again.
She sat through the whole thing. She didn't move a muscle. She was laughing and giggling.
So your son is the one that took her, right?
Yeah.
So she probably enjoyed her uncle taking her to the movies to see the movie that she's been wanting to watch. Grandma got to go too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, that innocence of just how she said, Lila, what's his name again? Lilo?
Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, Lilo. Lilo, you can do it. I have faith in you. Do you guys remember when we were all little girls and that was like just those little things were so important to us? Like the innocence of it.
Yeah, she sat through the whole thing. She didn't. I mean, she was giggling and laughing. Just like other kids.
I want to be 5 and have a grandma like you.
Well, my son paid for it, so.
No, but I still want to have a grandma like you because you clean the room and everything.
He got her own popcorn, her own drink, her own candy.
Oh, did you take pictures?
They took pictures. I didn't.
Yeah, why couldn't my uncle be cool like that? I had a crappy ass uncle.
I'll get the picture.
I know.
I have literally one uncle that's not a great uncle, and he was a pure ass. I would be 5 years old, and that motherfucker would be arguing me like I was his age.
Well, these two fight like that. But she loves her uncle.
But I have to admit, he was the baby for 16 years before I came along, and then I took his place, and he didn't like it. So
it's funny to watch these two. I do.
Yeah, I gotta put a hoodie on. I am freezing. Hold on, just a second.
It was so cute though.
I think I have 50 pictures.
Kind of a bitch.
She told my son, she says,
hold on a minute.
Now we have to go find a Stitch. I need a real Stitch.
Oh.
Okay, I'm back. I had to put my hoodie on, and I forgot to mute.
Yeah, I think I have like 50 pictures of my kids' first time at the movie
That's
theater.
well.
I don't know why.
She's been to the drive-in. This is her first time in a movie theater,
Oh, so cute.
but she loved it. Yeah, it was fun.
Well, Jaden's been feeling really good. His little friend, well, it's his best friend, Isaac, down the road, came over and hung out with him. And boys do the weirdest stuff. I heard them like giggling and carrying on in Jaden's room, and I went to go look, and they were sticking their freaking bare feet in each other's faces. Like boys are weird. They just do weird stuff. And then they had a farting contest. Then they were doing what do you call those moves? Like it's like a wrestling move, sumo, some.
Sumo?
They were doing something like that. They were doing that too. Because I was like, oh Lord, Jaden, please don't take that kid down because you'll kill him. Because he's small.
Wait, hold on. I just missed this comment.
I'm not paying attention to a word I'm saying.
Yeah, I heard every girl. Do you not know I am like the multitask queen?
Okay, what I say about the feet?
That they were sniffing each other's feet.
I said ditch.
Bubbles.
Hi, Bubbles.
I was watching a ditch movie.
Did you have
Bubbles.
fun?
Favorite.
Tell Avery to hush for a minute, Bubbles. Auntie Scarlett is trying to
With
talk.
the alien and then
Yo, she paying no attention to me.
just in the movies.
She ain't heard a word I said. Bubbles.
Bubbles, listen.
Bubbles.
Go ahead.
Did you have fun at the movies?
Yeah,
You did?
I had so much fun. And I
That is
also ate all
awesome.
the candy that was like a Brutes bag, and it was like gummies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, gummies is Auntie Scarlett's favorite. You know that,
And then
right?
then you had popcorn,
Mm-hmm.
and you had an icy.
Yes, but it didn't even taste good. It wasn't even blueberry. If the flavor was gonna be blueberry, that's not fair.
Well, you should have told him to take it back and get you something that you liked. Let's see, Betty Jo, y'all got to take the baby back to the movies again and get her something that she likes.
All right, go watch your show. Yeah.
You don't get a
Well,
turn.
she's the one who picked the icy. That's what she wanted.
I didn't even get a turn.
Oh, okay. Bring Bubbles back
Okay,
so Avery
hold
can have
on.
her turn.
I had to be told to hush, and then
Baby,
Sorry.
come here. Avery wants to talk to you. Come here. Okay. Take your lollipop out of your mouth. All right, go ahead, Avery.
hi, Bubbles.
Say hi.
Hi, Amy.
Oh.
Is Avery your favorite person?
Mm-mm.
Bubbles.
Yes.
She's just telling you that, though.
Bubbles, what about Auntie Scarlett?
Yeah.
It's my turn.
She said
My
yes.
turn.
No, wait. We need to hear from Bubbles. Who is the favorite, Auntie
Go ahead.
Scarlett or Auntie Avery?
Both of you.
Oh, she's smart. Look at that. She's smart. She gets that from me.
Okay, I guess I will accept that answer so Avery's feelings don't get hurt. But we know that Auntie Scarlett is the favorite.
She's got a lollipop in her mouth.
Aw.
That baby is going to be up all night, Betty Jo.
It's a blue
Probably.
cotton candy one.
I want
Ooh,
one.
I love cotton candy. I'll trade you a Barbie for your cotton candy lollipop. No
And
deal?
And there was also cotton candy at the movie theater.
Did
and
you get
you
to
did
eat
get-
some?
It too. Maybe next time you could see the movies.
Oh,
Next time you're going to take them, would you?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I will meet you there.
Okay, you know what? Me and Auntie Avery, we just gonna have to make a trip
You
out there to where you're
could
at, and we're gonna have to all three go to the movies.
Because that was so fun. But you could get the cotton candy.
I want cotton candy now. You know, Betty Jo, you're going to have to give me and Scarlett time slots with her.
We would have her so spoiled. They would be like, y'all cannot take her no more.
I know.
You leaving?
I'm already thinking of everything I
bye.
can.
Tell 'em bye.
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 I'm already
So I'm
thinking
going to
of
watch my show now.
everything I can bribe her with to be the favorite aunt.
See, that's cheating, Avery.
I know.
That is
But,
so
yeah,
unfair.
she had fun. That's the only thing that matters.
Well, I'm glad she liked the movie.
I like to watch their faces the first time they're in a movie theater. Their faces are just so entertaining.
Well, she did say, "Why is it so dark in here?"
Aw. Y'all, I
But
have
she
no
was all right.
grandkids. I have no grandkids. I have no nieces or nephews. I would have a blast with Bubbles.
Oh, yeah.
She was sitting between me and my son, so she was all right.
Can
See,
y'all?
the best part about having grandkids is you can go to their house and do all kinds of stuff with them, and then you get to leave and go
I know.
home.
Hey, Scott, how are you?
Except for me.
Hi, Scott. Well, yeah, but
Y'all, I have already got the whole grandma name picked out and everything. I just need to.
I know. I don't even want to hear. I don't want to hear what you're going to be because I'm stuck with Grandma, and I don't even want to hear it again.
I am gonna be Gigi.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I know.
this one either calls me mom or she calls me ma.
And I'm going to mail Scarlett 100 Grandma T-shirts that say "World's Best Grandma."
Hey, I will rock them motherfuckers too, so it don't matter. I just need a grandbaby because all I got is a grand dog right now, and yeah, he's like 100 and something pounds, and yeah, it's just excessive.
So are you going to be the kind of grandma that babysits and keeps them overnight?
Yeah, I have life lessons that I have to teach them.
Right?
What are you talking about?
Or
I mean, I have to spoil them too, but you know, there's life lessons that needs to be taught that only Gigi can teach them.
or
Gigi.
you're going to be like me and watch every move that the child makes.
Oh yes.
Or
I still
if she gets yelled at by her mom or her dad, I'm up and like, why are you hollering at her?
That's what I'm saying. You better not raise your like. I will raise my voice at my kids, and they know whenever I raise my voice, I mean business. But you don't, not the grandbaby, because we don't have issues.
And that's what my daughter tells me. You spoil her too much. No, I don't. I'm her grandmother. My mom did it to me with you guys. I'm doing it to you with her.
Hey, look, on my mama's side, I was the only grandchild.
Oh.
On my dad's side, I was the second grandchild, the first granddaughter, and was the only granddaughter for 13 more years before my youngest cousin was born. I was spoiled as shit, y'all. I'm not gonna lie.
That explains a lot.
Well,
What's that supposed to wait? Hold on a minute. What is that supposed to mean?
Well, it explains your authoritative personality.
What?
I don't know. I don't know how to take that. You got to understand, I was an only child. I have no like biological brothers and sisters. I have 2 stepbrothers and 2 stepsisters, and I hate every single one of them.
See, God knew not to give you siblings. They would have been tortured.
No, I wouldn't have tortured them. I was always good to my stepbrothers. It's the 2 stepbrothers and the 1 stepsister. I was always good to. The other stepsister that's from my dad, I hated that redheaded bitch from the jump. Because she's an only child too. So when you put 2 only childs into a family, yeah, we didn't get along at all because she thought she was a shit and I knew I was a shit and we just didn't G-horse. So,
yep.
You know what I'm saying? But the other the two stepbrothers and the youngest stepsister, we were always cool until we got up older, and then they thought their shit didn't stink, and then we don't get along no more.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, see, the baby has a sister, but she's 10 years older than the baby is.
Mm-hmm.
Really bother with the baby.
Right.
So, you might as well say Aubrey is.
But just wait until Bubbles gets up to be a teenager and let somebody mess with her, and that older sister's gonna fuck somebody up.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
For
that's
sure.
that's like all of us right now when she goes to school. When she starts school, like I said, anybody messes with her, grandma's gonna be at that school. And then my son said, "No, I'll be at that school."
Hey, y'all ain't got shit to worry about. I'll be at the school. Nobody better not mess with Bubbles. That's just all there is to it. 9mm says I'm only gonna have fur grandbabies. I'm sure. I swear, my daughter has a dog that is like 120 pounds. Okay, this thing is like a big ass baby who gets in my lap because I let him have his way. If I don't have grandbabies anytime soon, I'm stuck with him. Like all my kids are grown. I don't know what the hell they're waiting on.
Marriage.
Well, they need to hurry it up. For real.
Well, I know my son's never gonna have none, so at least I got this one.
I mean, if I just have one.
You think your daughter will have another one, Betty Jo?
Hell no. Or my dead body.
But there's never going to be another Bubbles.
Well,
right.
It's not even that. I practically raised this kid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because she's always with you when we're live.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, don't get me wrong. My daughter's a great mom. But, can't handle no more.
Courtney says sad I'll never get to be a grandma. Courtney, the way things are going for me, I ain't either. My daughter is 22 years old. My youngest son is 24. I don't know what the hell they're waiting on, but they need to get on the ball.
Well, my daughter didn't have her first until she was 23. Wait,
Girl,
23.
That's how old I was.
And I thought that was a little early.
Girl, I had one at 19, 20, and exactly 2 years later at 22.
I think my daughter was 26 when she got pregnant.
I had my first one at 21, my second one at 24, and then I had Jaden and Bella. Let's see, they're 14 and I'm 40. I was 33 when I had Jaden and Bella.
Yeah, I started early. I'm like, I want to start early. I want to get them grown, and then that way I'm still young enough when they are all grown
to do the grandma stuff.
Yeah, no, we ain't doing the grandma stuff. We're doing the Gigi stuff.
No, if I'm stuck with grandma, you're gonna get grandma.
Yeah, my daughter asked me, "You want to be called Gigi?" I said, no.
I don't look. I had a mama and I had a granny. I don't want none of them old women names. I'm sorry, I don't.
My mom was Nani. That was but that's like kind of in our family because all my aunts they are their grandchildren call them Nani too.
Yeah,
Nani is just French for grandma.
I'm sticking with Gigi.
I always call mine Mom.
And we're not French, so I don't know where that came from.
See, 9mm, you had yours close like I did, or your two youngest ones are close. Which my two oldest are 11 and a half months apart, and then my middle one and my youngest one are exactly 2 years apart. They have the same birthday, and had to know it had to be Halloween.
Mine are 3 years apart. I had my son 90 and my daughter 93.
Dreamcatcher, how are you? Okay, she just sits and listens to the conversation. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, one of the grands sits at the table like a person. She doesn't eat off a plate. She just sits and listens to the conversation. I was 19, 20, and 22.
Well, how old were you when you got married?
18.
Oh, okay. Well, then that makes sense.
My birthday's October the 16th. October the 24th is when I got married. Exactly 1 week later. Then
You didn't waste any time.
I didn't. November the 17th is my oldest. October the 31st of 2000 is my youngest son. And October 31st of 2002 is my daughter's. I got it all done and over with while I was still young enough that I could raise them, take care of them. And then whenever they got grown, they had their own life and eventually give me grandbabies, I will still be young enough that I can go do things with the grandbabies.
Right.
Because I didn't want to be there's a lot of, and there's nothing against women who are older who have kids, but I wanted mine young. That way, when they were upgrown, I was still young because I'm only 44. So,
Well, I wanted to have them. I didn't want to be 33 and having Jaden and Bella, but I mean, we'd had a lot of miscarriages and fertility
Right.
clinics and everything else. So we did in vitro.
Yeah, I had my son when I was 23 and my daughter when I was 26.
yeah,
Hmm.
I was young with all mine.
See, Betty Joe waited.
Well,
Great. Dreamcatcher is a great grandma now.
Hmm.
See, that would have been cool if I could have had grandkids at a young
Ooh,
age to where I could have had great grandkids at a young age.
let's
I mean,
see.
well, your
In
your
10,
daughter's still young. She's, I mean,
King, my oldest son is 25. My youngest son is 24. My daughter is 22. Who acts like she's 35 at times.
how's she feeling today?
When I talked to her earlier, she was still really sore. I talked to her yesterday on the phone because she went to her friend, the little boy that calls me mom, that is
Hmm.
my son-in-law's little brother. She got to finally go see him yesterday. So I talked to her on the phone yesterday, and she still is. She's very, very sore, which is understandable. But her back, she still can't
Yeah,
hardly walk.
it's going to be that way for a while. I think it was about, well, I think after my fractures, I think it was like 6 weeks when I started physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 weeks, I think, is when the back brace came off. But I still was not, it's going to take her a while. It's going to take a
She,
while.
I don't see how she's driving. That's
yeah,
the
I don't
thing.
that either.
Oh, see,
It
I
would hurt.
couldn't get in a car. I couldn't even, I mean, I had to a few times, get in the passenger, but I couldn't drive. Like, I
Oh,
couldn't physically even drive just out of being
she.
scared.
The thing is, though, you cannot hold my child down. Like
I
she
see
is,
that.
she
Yeah.
is just like she went to work the day after she got out of the hospital.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I told her, I said, you don't need to go to work. She's like, no, I'm gonna try it. And because she's a kitchen manager, and she's like, I'm gonna get them to give me a chair, and I'm not gonna lift on anything, and all this and that. And I told her, I said, you're not gonna be able to do it. You need to take a couple of days off. And that night, she calls me. She says, I'm not going to work tomorrow. So she didn't go to work the next day or the day after that. Now, I don't know if she went today because I didn't ask her this morning when I talked to her if she was going, but you can't. She's hard headed like I am.
Yeah.
She's not
Most
gonna let shit keep her down. She's too much of going.
Well, I mean, so they say that, they want you to move around. They just they don't want you to overdo it.
Well, y'all saw the video I posted in there of her outside walking around, and she couldn't even turn without falling towards the car.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah,
It's in Discord.
I put it in
Okay,
there. I forgot what day it was.
I'll have to go look.
So it's on up there, But yeah, she's walking and she has to walk very slowly. And then when she goes to turn, she kind of like fall because she's right out beside the car, and she kind of like falls towards the car and has to catch herself. And you can see her hand where it is swollen up. So I have a sling here that I have for my shoulder that I told her she needs to wear, and just so she because she had when she's usually walking, she's holding the
Mhm.
broken hand up in front of her so nothing hits it,
Yeah.
and her shoulder is going to start hurting from that.
Yep.
And so
Um,
I told her I have a sling. I actually have 2 or 3 slings here, shoulder slings. So I'm gonna take her one of them.
I seen the picture of her hand.
Oh,
I
her
didn't.
hand looked horrible.
Yeah, I didn't see the video, but I seen the picture. It looks like like her hand looks like somebody stuck one of those uh basketball air pumps into it and just pumped her hand up.
Yeah, and the
Uh
whole like her whole palm is
huh.
all bruised up and everything.
Oh. Gosh.
So
And what part of her hand is broken?
it's right where the knuckles are at.
Ooh.
So they told her if they were to
That,
put it in a cast, it would cause it to grow where her fingers would be bent down,
yeah.
not straight. That's why they didn't want to cast it. But
Yeah.
I can't get her into the doctor until the doctor comes back from vacation, which he should be back Monday. So I've got to call and try to get her in as soon as possible. I tried to get her to go back to the emergency room, and she's not having that.
Yeah, they
Mhm.
should be able to put a brace that on the palm of her hand to
Well,
hold her.
that's what I thought, to hold her fingers out
Yeah.
and just brace it, so because I'm worried that she's going to hit it on something. So when she walks, she holds it in front of her.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to cause her shoulder to start hurting.
Yep.
Like I told
That
her,
that's natural for her to do that, like just to guard that. I hate the slings though because they hurt my neck, my shoulder. Like the
yeah.
one that it goes around. It
Mhm.
yeah.
Well, the ones I have, because when I hurt my shoulder playing softball, I had to have them. And I have the strap that goes around the shoulder is
Mhm.
padded, so
Mhm.
it's not that bad. I went to Walmart and bought it. Uh,
Mhm.
just because
Yeah.
the one that they gave me at the hospital wouldn't worth the shit.
Yeah, because they don't send you home with the ones got
No,
padding around the strap.
no. So I had to go get one that had the padding around the strap,
Yeah.
just so I could hold my arm in place while I didn't
Yeah.
move my shoulder. But
Mm.
I don't know how
My
long
son,
she'll have to wear that back brace. I'm pretty sure at least 8 to 10 weeks she'll have to wear the back brace.
oh yeah, my son broke his back, broke his collarbone.
Mm.
Well, the brother-in-law, he got the worst end of the deal, but that's because he was thrown out of the truck and the truck landed on him. And I thought that he only had one break on his tailbone. He actually has 3.
Ooh, on his tailbone, all 3?
Yes.
Oh.
His tailbone is broken in 3 places. He
Oh.
has his hip is messed up big time, and then he had the surgery on his. I thought he had hip surgery the other day. He only had the shoulder surgery, but they are saying that he may have to have another shoulder surgery.
So are you talking? This is the one that was pinned under the truck or the driver?
No, this is the one that was pinned under the truck.
So he has 3 breaks in his tailbone.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see,
I'm
I
not-
only thought it was 1 to begin with, and it's actually 3.
I've bruised my tailbone before, and that hurts. So I
Yeah.
can imagine the pain he's got.
Well, he's home now. They let him come home the other day. She went and seen him yesterday. And so she had to call me so I could talk to him. Of course, he calls his mom, he calls me mama.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, mama, I love you. And thank you for checking on me and, all this and that." And I told him, I said, "When you and my child get better, I'm whipping both of y'all's ass. Both of y'all are going to get it." But,
Oh my goodness.
so eventually he's got to start physical therapy. And there was something else my daughter told me. 9mm, yes, that is what they should have put her hand in. It's something
What?
like that. 9mm posted it in Discord.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'll look.
Should have put
Yeah.
her, because they have a brace that goes on the bottom of your palm.
Uh-huh.
and it keeps your fingers straight.
Yeah, that's what she posted in Discord.
Yeah, they should have put that on her.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they
They
did.
wouldn't. They said because of the way the break is and the swelling and all that, because her swelling hasn't went down and it's probably not for a while.
It's,
Um,
going to for a little bit,
yeah, so they didn't want to put a cast on it, which
I can see why they didn't want to put a cast on it
but
because her fingers.
they don't know my child though.
But if they
She
would have put a brace on it to hold her fingers up,
it would have been better.
because right now it's swollen, and
Oh,
she
it's
has no choice but to hold her
horrible.
fingers up. But once that swelling starts to go down, her fingers are probably going to like drop,
Mm-hmm.
and it's probably going to heal weird, and then they're going to have to probably re-break it.
Oh, good God. Did you have to say that?
Because when my son broke his ankle when he was 5,
Mm-hmm.
he kept horse playing around until he broke the cast, and he done that a couple times. They had to recast it.
Wow.
Next time he did it, they would have to re-break his ankle and set it and recast it.
Oh.
Yeah, see, they wouldn't cast
not
her,
awake for
because
that,
of the
right?
swelling.
No, you're not a. I don't
Yeah.
know if you're awake for it or not, because he never had to do that. Because
Yeah.
after he done the second one, he was told, "Don't do it again, or we will have to re-break it."
Mm-hmm. 9mm, I will show that to her, and I'm pretty sure I could either get one like that for her at Walmart, or they do have a pharmacy in town that sells like medical equipment like that. So if the doctor doesn't give her one, I'll just have to see if I can find one for her, because I'm scared she's going to hit it on something.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
And hey, Vapor, how are you?
once it starts healing and she whacks out on something,
Yeah.
boy.
Well, see, the thing is, she holds it in front of her. So what she'll do is she'll like put it up against her back brace in front of her, and so she carries it like that all day.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to mess her shoulder up, because
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
it's putting a lot of weight and stuff on her shoulder. And so I told her I know I have 2 or 3 slings here that I had to have for my shoulder, and I got to find them because I don't know where they're at.
Yeah.
But I told her until she gets something that we can put on her hand, which even if we do find something to put on her hand, she still needs the arm in a sling just to hold it where it's
It'll hold
not
Yeah.
putting, on her shoulder or whatever. Because I can tell you, if you ever hurt your shoulder, that shit hurts.
I've done that.
moving the baby over.
I have playing softball threw my shoulder out of place and pulled every muscle in the back of my shoulder, the front of my shoulder, and the top end of my neck on the right side. That shit hurts.
I had
So-
mine. It was dislocated, and then I had a what do you call that? A tear. What do you call that?
Hairline fracture.
No, it was a tear, a rotator cuff tear.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I was not put to sleep when they put my shoulder back into socket.
Oh,
It was
girl,
awake.
no, girl. I was 15 years old, and they didn't put me to sleep either. That is the worst
It hurts.
thing.
It does.
It hurts like hell when they jerk on it and move it and pop it back into place. It hurts, but once it's back into place, it is like a huge relief.
Yeah, very relieving. I'd rather have 5 babies out of my hoo-ha than go through that again.
That shit hurts. See, medical opinion is brace and sling will hold till she can see ortho. And see, 9mm with her insurance, she has to go to her primary doctor first and get the authorization, or not the authorization, the
Referral.
the referral to the ortho.
Mm-hmm.
And her primary was out last week on vacation.
Yeah.
So I tried to get her to go back to the emergency room at a different hospital, and she wouldn't do it. She's like, I'm not going. I'll wait till the doctor gets back. You can't tell her anything. She's very hard-headed and stubborn, and she's like her daddy with that. And,
No, she's like her mom.
No, I'm not stubborn and hard-headed.
You said it like 10 minutes ago. She's hard-headed, just like me. That's what you said. Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's recorded. It's on the internet.
I didn't think y'all heard all that. See, I have to start therapy on my shoulder, arms starting the 9th. Mine hurts so bad I can't use. I just got X-ray. They said I have arthritis. Dreamcatcher, I can tell you, you move your arm what you can until you start the therapy, because you do not want your shoulder to freeze up.
Right. Yeah.
Because if your shoulder freezes up, then it's like a whole new thing that they have to do. There's surgery involved and all that. Because I didn't want to move mine. When I hurt mine playing softball, I was only 15, y'all.
Yeah.
And all the muscles were pulled. It was out of place. Even though they put it back in place, the muscles healing still hurt like hell.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't want to move mine either, but I had to.
Yeah.
I got so fucked up playing sports, y'all, in high school. It ain't even funny.
I did too.
Yeah. That's what's wrong with my knees.
I've hurt my knee. I got hit in the eye with a softball. Yeah, I've done all that.
Yeah, Dreamcatcher, I can tell you, just because Troll had 3 surgeries on his shoulder, you do not want shoulder surgery.
Mm.
It is the worst thing that he ever went through, even after a broken back and then messing his shoulder up. That the shoulder was the worst thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't move your shoulder enough, then it will freeze up to where you can't move it at all.
Mm. Mm-mm.
It's a horrible thing. Shoulder injuries are. And I pulled every one of the muscles around my shoulder and down my arm, my right arm. Thank God I'm left-handed, because I'd have been screwed.
So when you used to play softball, did you have to choke up on the bat?
No.
I did.
Nope. I'm weird like that. I'm left-handed, but I bat right-handed. But I didn't have to choke up on the bat because I needed my bat to swing out as far as I could get it.
They used to give me hell because I had to choke up, but then I'd knock it out of the park though.
Yeah, I never did choke up. And the only reason why I hurt my shoulder that night is because I was batting with a different bat that was lighter than what I was used to using, and they said I swung at the bitch too damn hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I didn't even. The weird thing is, though, I didn't even know that I hurt my shoulder. I swung at the bitch again, and with it messed up. And by the time I got out, but by the time I got to the dugout, my entire arm, all the way down to my fingers, were swollen. And Courtney said, "There's some kind of joke there, Avery."
What? Ha ha ha.
King Scarlet, I've heard that also about back surgery. That if you don't sit or lay right, or if it's just not done properly by a good surgeon, it can mess your back up.
Yeah,
you
back
will,
surgery ain't that great. Neither.
Yeah, it can cause you to walk funny. It can cause you to shrink. Really bad arthritis.
We just had a recent experience just a few weeks ago, and I won't say who, but somebody that I know. His father had back surgery, and he got out of the hospital and he went home, and this is a man who doesn't take pain pills. Well, by the second day, he had taken 40 Percocets. He was out of pain meds and calling his son for help. Well, his son couldn't get there in time. He was in so much pain that by the time the ambulance got there, he was sitting there with a pew to his head, ready to pull the trigger because of the back pain being so bad. So they put him back in the hospital. Literally couldn't find anything that was done wrong. This is just from the back surgery. Put him back in the hospital, kept him on morphine for like a week. And it was morphine, then Dilaudid. Then he went to rehab and was doing physical therapy inpatient. Same thing happened all over again. the pain was so bad he couldn't handle it. But he,
Mhm.
again, he was going to take his life because he could not handle it. So now
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out what to do with him. Right now, they've got him on a pain management thing. I think he's back in the hospital, but it's that bad that it will make you want to end it.
Yeah. Back pain is horrible. Shoulder pain is horrible.
Yes. What I did was pull like a muscle in my shoulder, moving the baby over.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to cry.
Yeah.
My
I
shoulder hurt so bad. I just wanted to lay there and cry.
yes, it
Have you
is.
guys ever had a Charlie horse in your stomach?
No, I've had them in my leg.
I've had them in my leg, but not my stomach.
Y'all, I had one in my stomach the other day. On the toilet of all places. I thought I was going to die.
She comes up and
She does.
oh shit.
And I'm sorry not to that I'm laughing.
I could have
It's just-
died.
Comes out with it. It's so funny.
Yeah, it was so bad, you guys, that when I finally was able to like get myself to even act normal and hold myself in a normal position, and I looked down, I could see my stomach muscles. I could see them moving up and down. That's how bad the Charlie horse was in my stomach.
Dreamcatcher, that's the reason why I have so much neck pain, is from my shoulder when I hurt it.
Mm.
That I still, if I sleep wrong, my neck kills me.
It was not Gas King. It was a Charlie horse.
I don't know. I thought she's got Charlie horses in your legs.
It was. I'm telling you, it was in my stomach.
Sorry. Oh my god, I can't breathe.
That would have been a day to have one of those built-in bidets.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. I'm laughing with you, not at you.
And then my
Laughing
stomach was sore for like a day or two. Can't believe none of y'all have had a Charlie horse in your stomach.
I've had them in my legs before, but
Have you ever had one in your toes, like where you have one toe sticking up all funky and you can't get it down?
no.
No.
You've never had a Charlie horse in your toe.
No.
You're shitting me. You guys are
Um,
lying to me right
Dream-
now.
I wouldn't shit you. You're my favorite turd.
Dreamcatcher.
What about a
Go-
butt cheek? Wait, hold on. A butt cheek. You've had a Charlie horse and a butt cheek, right?
No.
No.
That's happened to all of us doing the do. Really?
No.
I'm done with y'all.
No,
You know
can't
what?
say that I have.
I'm done with y'all. That's it. I'm done.
Okay.
Dreamcatcher, have you had your neck x-rayed? Because I had the same issue when I hurt my shoulder, and because of the muscles in my neck being pulled, it caused my what do you call it? Your neck bone, basically. It is the curvature in it is now backwards. That's how bad my muscle spasms were.
Wait, what now? Your neck bone is backwards?
Yes, it is. Your neck bone is supposed to curve to your front.
Yeah.
Okay, mine does not. Because when I hurt my shoulder and I was having spasms in my neck, my shoulder, down my back, into my sides, because I pulled all of those muscles, it done something to the curvature of my neck bone. And now
Okay.
it does not curve forward. It is slightly straight with a little bit of a back curve to it.
Now, 9mm, please call her the alien, not me.
That's what's wrong with Avery's brain.
Because at least my bones go the right direction.
It is, I can tell you, it is painful.
Nobody
real.
heard what I said.
What'd you say?
Did you say something about an alien?
I didn't
Yeah,
say
9mm.
that was Avery. When you said there was curves the wrong way, I
Uh-huh.
said that sounds like Avery's brain.
Oh, you smarty butt. And Dreamcatcher said she has had the toe cramp, by the way.
Yeah, toe cramp, not a Charlie horse.
Well, whatever you want to call it, but where your toes just like stick in one direction all funky and you can't get it down and it hurts. And it's just like one
Yeah, that's
toe.
just a toe cramp. That's not a Charlie horse.
Okay, well, same difference.
I think a Charlie horse is in your muscles.
Yeah, the Charlie horse
You
you get.
have
leg
muscles
muscle.
in your toes and in your stomach, and
I've never had one in my stomach. I've always had them in my back of my leg.
Dreamcatcher,
God.
you need to go have x-rays done of your neck. They had to do over 60 x-rays of my neck when my neck started hurting to the point that I could not move it, and it was from the shoulder injury. So you need to go get your neck x-rayed and see if that's what's causing it.
wait, what? Hold on, let me go to comments again.
She said her neck, for her neck, nothing helps. She can't sleep. It pops when she turns her head.
Oh, pops. Oh,
Yeah, it is very painful when the bone in your neck starts moving.
wait, what is dysautonomia?
Huh?
What?
9mm said I need to get checked for dysautonomia. I don't
My
know what that.
millimeter said Avery needs to go to Area 51.
I'm not laughing.
I'm laughing for you.
Yeah, I'm not laughing.
Oh my God, y'all! I can't catch my breath.
Avery, King came in with a home run. Yes, it is possible to get a Charlie horse in your stomach, also known as abdominal muscle spasm.
I'm just
Thank
saying,
you,
I've never had
ma'am.
that. So
King, whose side are you on here? I thought the Scarlets had something special going.
I never said that it couldn't happen. I just said I've never had that.
Yeah, I've never had stomach. I mean, I've had stomach cramps, but I never had a Charlie horse in my stomach.
Yeah. I've never.
Well, maybe it was a cramp, but I just call it a Charlie horse because it makes your body like jump and jerk all ridiculous, like when you get one in your calf, and you have no control of yourself. So I would call it a Charlie horse.
I don't know. I usually get muscle spasms in my calves, but that's only if I'm doing some type of sports activity or something like that.
It wasn't gas, King.
It's okay. You're killing me tonight.
Sally says King always on Sally's side.
Oh, we had another paranormal moment here in the house
Oh Lord.
tonight.
What happened?
So Jaden's friend came over, right? And the kids wanted something to eat. And I was like, well, with everything going on with him and his sugar and all this, we're just going to go ahead and just get Dairy Queen. So we ordered Dairy Queen, and then the 2 Dairy Queen bags are sitting. Oh, Tucker's laying with his leg. He's so cute. The 2 bags are sitting right here in front of the TV on the stand, and I'm on the couch eating, and the boys are in the other room eating. No ceiling fan is on, nothing. And this Dairy Queen bag starts moving on its own. Moving. And so I get scared, and so I call the boys out. And as they're walking into the living room, they see it move. The whole damn bag moves. Jaden is stomping on it. Isaac takes a big backpack full of books and is beating it on the ground.
What good is that going to do?
It was a mouse.
No, there was nothing in the bag. After they beat it to death, they tore it open. There was nothing in the bag.
Do you have video footage of this?
There was no time to take video, Scarlett. This was a life or death situation.
How is a bag moving a life or death situation?
Avery, what you smoking?
Look, my life or death situations would haunt you in your dreams then. If you think a bag movement is.
But if we hadn't had the other paranormal experiences in here with my mom's ashes and the antique mirror and stuff, then I wouldn't think much of it. But
It's just
because
it's your mom fucking with you. That's all it is.
it is, she is, I 110% believe that that's what it is. It is my mom messing with us because she was a prankster.
He's
But
getting you back for all the
you know
time.
what? You know what? I'm done with y'all.
No, I was reading something.
Yeah, I'm done with y'all.
You know you love us. Okay, so wait. Instead of us going and staying at this other house that we were talking about that's in Alabama, can we just stay at your house? She's not talking.
Avery. Avery. You know this is being childish, right? You know the baby acts older than you do right now.
She'll be all right. She knows we still love her. I am serious though. I mean, if she's having that type of activity at her house, I'm gonna go stay at her house. Okay, I need to get caught up in the chat. Wait, why is my chat not moving? What the hell?
Discrimination. Avery, knock it off.
Wait, what? Oh, I didn't see.
The back chat. I'm not childish.
Damn it.
Do I have to find one of the baby's binkies from when she was little?
Wait, I didn't want her. Hell no. I'll send her the Area 51 or the creepy Annabelle. Wait, 9mm. You didn't want who?
Are y'all going to be nice to me now, or do I have to go back to typing in the back chat?
I was being nice. I was being myself.
Mm-hmm.
I asked you if you wanted me to find one of the baby's binkies that she uses for her baby dolls.
That's discrimination.
What, to get a binky?
Wait, who
1047.
is Vapor? Who is whose? I'm confused. See, whatever you want, she is yours.
Baby, do you have any binkies? Do you have any binkies?
Oh, no.
The Avery needs a binky.
No, don't tell her that.
Because she's acting like a baby.
Oh. No.
She said you're not a baby.
Oh, okay. I got you now, 9mm.
She said no, she don't got no binkies.
Oh, man.
Oh, I heard that.
I heard that too.
This is my one and only soda.
I need a Red Bull.
Wait, I'll be right back. Huh? Hi. I gotta go to the gas station.
You got a what?
I don't know, but she said she'd be right back, and she did not mute
No,
herself.
I was sorry. I was talking to Jaden.
Oh. Oh,
Going
Avery
on a
belongs.
drive.
Avery belongs to 9mm. She won the auction.
Oh, you guys bid me off?
That's between Vapor and 9mm. I had nothing to do with it.
How much did I go for?
I think a nickel.
Seriously?
I don't know. 9mm. How much did you win her for? She said, "Oxygen people, shit." I can't speak now because y'all got me so laughing my ass off over here. Auctioning people in this chat never turns out good for me. Oh, she got you for a nickel, Avery.
So much more than that.
Vapor said she outbid him by 5 times.
Wow. 5 times? So that means it started at 0. It went up by the penny?
I guess so. Oh, he said he bid a penny.
Vapor, you're not my friend anymore.
She says that to all of us.
I know.
If it was true.
One of these days I'm going to mean it.
No, you're
I
not.
know you guys aren't going to know what to do.
No, you're not. Stop it. You wouldn't know what to do without us.
I know.
She really wouldn't. She would be so lost.
She would.
without
Right.
us.
I really would.
She would not know what to do with herself. I got a breakfast to go to tomorrow, Scarlett. Okay, just Don, you have a wonderful night and have fun tomorrow. Yeah, I'm running out of sticky pads. Sticky note thingies. Shit.
Sound like the baby now. I ain't got no paper. How am I supposed to draw?
Oh, that reminds me. I've got to get some paper tomorrow, too. I am almost out of that.
You know, it's funny.
It's a little chilly. It's 64 degrees out here.
I wish it was that chilly here.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
only 70 here.
It's hot here. It's funny because the baby she has a sticker book. She used to color stickers for us. And she used to draw us pictures. And now she don't even do that anymore.
Because she's
she's
a
got
big
the
girl.
iPad.
She got that damn iPad.
Yeah.
She's a big
Yeah.
girl now.
I'll never forget when Jaden got an iPad when he was like 3 or 4, and that was it. That was it. Everything was over.
The funny part is, the other tablet she had, she wasn't like that. But she got this iPad. Oh, Lord. Things changed. She became the demon.
Betty Joe.
Don't call that baby a demon.
Yeah, I'm going to record her one day when I'm asking her something.
That
You tell
baby
me how she
does.
talks.
That baby does no wrong, and you know that.
She's perfect.
Vapor said Betty Joe to get her a pen for her iPad.
Yeah, her mom's getting her one.
Don't listen to Vapor. He doesn't even know how to add money correctly. 5 cents.
Yeah, her mom's going to get her one.
So you let her draw on there and then print them on sticker paper. See, that's what she needs.
This child has more things that she plays with.
But she's a baby. Just imagine if we were all around where you live.
I'd send her right to you.
That would be fine with me.
She'd be sent right to you.
She would be so spoiled. It wouldn't even be funny. Avery, where are you going?
Gas station.
For what?
Cigarettes. I thought I had some, and I went to go get some out of my purse, and I didn't have any.
Why don't you just get a vape?
No.
It's tied to.
Vaping is worse than smoking.
It probably is.
It is. The doctor even told me, because he asked me if I smoked or vaped. I said I smoke. He says, okay.
Yeah, I can't inhale a vape. I have tried, and I choke.
You gotta take a lung hit.
You gotta do a what?
A lung hit. That's where you don't, like when you suck in on a cigarette and it goes into your lungs, but it's a smaller hit. Where a vape, you have to learn how to hit it, a lung hit.
Yeah, no.
Where you can hit it longer.
Yeah, my daughter vapes. No.
See, I can't wait to have a grandbaby.
She quit smoking when she found out she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
She quit smoking for the longest. And then all of a sudden, I would say it's been about 2 years since she's been vaping, or a year. I said, why didn't you gave it up? Why? Why would you do that?
Yes.
Wait. Can you say that again to all these
You're
people?
looking a lot of younger than you do.
I look younger than
Yeah.
I look
Sort of asking you for ID for this ticket.
for the cigarette? So you
Wait.
thought I was under 19?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Put me on speaker. Put me on speaker.
He can hear you.
Okay, you need to quit putting all that mess in
Who
her
is that?
head.
These are the people on my panel, on my true crime panel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They're listening.
that's a beautiful thing.
Ah,
She's older than 19.
Yeah,
I'm 47.
but you look like that.
Please do not lie to her. She will get the big
Thank
head.
you.
Yeah, don't tell her anything.
He is. You know, he's got the accent and everything, but he's cute. I was just getting hit on.
Oh my God, Avery.
What?
Because y'all see me and Avery hanging out together. Oh my God.
I said, hold on. I said, let me unmute. Can you say that again for all these people to hear that?
See, I think giving the vape up was harder when I quit smoking. See, my thing was though, Dreamcatcher, I never smoked.
I cannot believe that he was IDing me.
Maybe he was just trying to make you feel good about yourself.
No, whenever I don't have makeup on, everybody tells me I look like a little tiny kid. I don't get it.
I don't
Well,
either.
now I just feel like all full of myself.
9mm, have a wonderful night.
So when did
Good
you start?
night. I know this.
When did they start what?
When did you start vaping?
Who?
You.
2018? 2019?
What do you
Something
guys
like
think this license plate means? It's 3AZY. Thrazy?
What?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I like to read license plate. It's a personalized license plate. 3AZY. What would that be? Thrazy?
I have no idea.
Triple crazy?
Wait, it's like the number 3, AZY?
Yeah.
That's easy with it spelled with a 3.
Yeah.
Oh, easy. Oh. So, like, they're saying they're easy to sleep with or something?
They might be.
I don't know about that.
Go check them out.
Why would they say easy on their license plate?
Why do you think?
Maybe it's a nickname they call somebody. I don't know.
Public advertisement.
Yeah, that too. Avery comes up with some crazy.
Oh my God. See, I quit the vape in February and I have craved it ever since. I have tried to quit. I went, I think the longest 11 hours when I got 11 hours of sleep. I think it's the longest.
He was sleeping, so you didn't need it.
I do need to quit though.
We all need
For
to,
real.
but no.
I'm sorry, I'm still thinking about the fact that in 3 years I'll be 50, and he thought that I was under 21.
Avery, he was being nice.
Yes.
Don't burst my bubble.
He was doing his job.
Don't burst it. All the abuse I've taken tonight from y'all, don't burst that bubble.
I'm not bursting.
Okay, but if I was not your true friend, I would not be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Right or wrong.
You want us to lie to you, or you want us to tell you the truth?
Exactly.
Lie to me.
No, you don't.
I can't do that. Because then I wouldn't be your true
I
friend.
can't tell no lies. Sorry. Not in my vocabulary.
Mm.
Well, I'm going to have some pep in my step for about a week after that.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all know you love me.
Mm-mm.
I had to mute. I had this loud ass truck coming down the road thinking he's hot shit with his big old tires.
So Vapor put in the chat, remember where you live. right when I was taking a drink of Dr. Pepper.
See, you just gotta go burst my bubble too.
Damn. That almost went all over the computer screen. I think I'm getting sick, y'all.
Okay, we're home.
Why didn't you just walk to the store if it was that short of a drive?
It's 1.7 miles,
Okay.
and it's almost midnight. I'm not
So,
trying to die. There's all kinds of critters. It's Alabama. No telling what's out here.
I'm just waiting for comments to pop up in the chat.
Alligators, snakes, raccoons, possums, spiders,
No, I don't want to hear that. Chupacabras.
frogs.
What did you call the things in the trees? What was it? It wasn't chupacabras, was it?
Taquitos,
Yeah,
chupacabras, enchiladas.
Cicada.
I kind of miss them.
I miss them too, actually.
We have them, but they're not being real loud.
And I miss that tree so much because like I just got my electric bill today, $700.
Yeah. It's expensive during the
So
summertime.
apparently that tree was doing a whole lot of shading. But see, now I don't have any trees, and the house is.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna quit, y'all. That's it. I
No,
am
it
going.
was a comment in the chat.
Oh, I know.
You know Dayford loves you, Avery.
I know. I think he's secretly like in love with me. That's why he took from me so much. There, that'll make him stop.
Oh my god, yeah, my chest hurts.
You remember what they used to say in school? The boys picked on the girls that they liked.
Mm-hmm.
See,
That was always a thing around here too.
but that'll make him quit real quick.
Oh my god. But anyway, Avery, what was you saying? I'm sorry. I need to stop laughing.
I have no idea.
Oh my god.
I have no clue. Oh, I have
tears.
I have updates on the Lily and Jack Sullivan case.
What updates?
So, okay, the first one is oh wait, you know this one already because I did the video, where that they were confirmed to be seen on the first.
Right.
On the
No.
second.
No. Wait. Yes, the first, because they wouldn't miss it on the second.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
On the second, Malaya, however you say it, Malaya, called the school at 6 a.m. and because they have like this recording service where you leave messages to say that the kids wouldn't be in school. And the stepdad, Daniel, did take a polygraph.
Oh, so he did finally take it?
He did take a polygraph.
Okay.
And he was on CBS, I think it was CBS News, and he said that he wasn't sure how much he was allowed to say, but that the results were in his favor, so people could quit pointing the fingers at him. And then they had another search today back around the area of where that boot print was, but the RCMP said that they still can't verify that boot print actually, is related to Jack or Lily.
Mhm.
So they really don't know if searching again around that area is even going to do them any good. But they said that their searchers are, even the volunteers are exhausted. They're like it's becoming what was the word they used? Like too physically and emotionally tolling on them.
Right. Okay, so
You just tear
on the 30th of April,
Hmm.
they were out of school that day for what is it, a professional day or something like that. They
Yeah,
didn't
the
go
school.
on the
It was
first or the second.
teacher's work day or something.
Yeah, something
Right.
like that. So they didn't go to school on the first or the second. The second's the day they went missing. If she called the school on the second to let them know that they wasn't going to be there, did she call on the first as well?
I don't know about the first. I just know this about the second at 6 a.m. And that came from Daniel's mother. That one of the news sources said that they were able. I think it was CBS. I want to say CBS was able to verify it with the RCMP, RMCP, RCMP, however you say it. So just little updates, little tidbits.
I don't think them kids are around there. I think somebody picked them up.
That's what I'm starting to think too. I'm starting to think that they were actually abducted.
Yeah. I think that they got out close to the road, or because Lily took her backpack with her. Um,
Oh, I got another. I forgot. I have another update. This lady in New York named. I'll send you the screenshot here in just a second. She owns a beauty salon, and she had shared on Facebook a picture of Jack and Lily and said that she was positive that they were just in there the other day for a haircut.
and this
And
is
everybody
where
was
at? It's
New
where at in
York.
regards. So they would have had to come back across the border then.
And everybody was commenting, telling her to contact the police, and then next thing you know, she took that post down, and I hadn't heard anymore. But I have the screenshot of her post.
Okay, just put it in the main Discord thing.
Okay.
And I was gonna say something, and I can't remember now what I was gonna say.
Blame paper.
Yeah,
because I was paying attention to what he was saying.
And his Daniel's mom said that she did she did force Malaya off the property.
Oh,
Because
she did.
she said she did because all of Malaya's family showed up over on the property trying to fight and jump on Daniel, blaming him
Oh
for
yes,
the kid's disappearance.
I remember reading that.
And so she said that she was forced to leave the property.
Which we already knew that, so.
But the thing is, though, if my kids are missing and you force me off your property, you don't own the road in front of the house.
No.
I will camp my happy ass out right in the road in your driveway at the very end of it where the state or county or whatever you live in still owns.
Well, see, I don't know how that, I don't know the Canadian laws and stuff,
Right.
so I don't know if that would be considered.
Because, like here, there's still even a certain distance in your driveway is still considered the right of way of the state's right of way or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would camp my happy ass out right there and they wouldn't be able to get out their driveway.
I think that's why she's not talking to Daniel. I think she's mad because of his mom forcing her off the property. She probably figures he should have argued with his mom for her to stay, or maybe he should have left with her, or I don't know. But I'm thinking maybe that's why she's not speaking to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, really, where's he going to go? Her family don't like him.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
So what was he really going to do?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's her kids that she
Right.
had before the two of them. If I'm with someone other than my kid's dad, and my kids go missing, and I'm living on their property, they might as well throw me in jail. Because if my kids
Right.
go missing from their property, I'm not leaving the property until my kids are found. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
Yeah. That's how I feel too.
So you would have to literally physically remove me and put me in jail to get me off the property, because what if my kids came back there looking for me?
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? I would not move, because she moved to a whole different county with her family. She's not even nowhere around the search.
Yeah. She's like, what, 23 miles away or something like that?
I don't know exactly how far it is, but I know she's not even in the same county.
Yeah.
I'm-
It's either 23 or 28 miles away.
You know,
Yeah.
I was having a meltdown when I couldn't find my daughter when she was in the wreck the other night. Imagine if one of my kids were actually missing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not gonna. You would physically have to pick me up and remove me from the property.
Oh, and I had it on my list to look for an update again on Caleb Rollins, and I've had so much going on with Jaden that I've forgotten to look
Wait,
to
on
see if
who?
on Caleb Rollins, to see if they've confirmed that was his remains.
Hold on.
Am I saying his name wrong? Isn't it Caleb Rollins?
No, that's not his last name.
What's his last name? Caleb. Oh crap!
Hold on. It should be on my search history. Hold on.
Isn't it Collins?
Are you
No.
saying Collins?
No, with a R.
No, I think it's Collins.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Caleb
think
Collins.
it is Colin.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was saying it wrong. Okay.
I was like, who the fuck is she talking about?
Okay.
Let's see. Okay, so he was when you from Fayette County. Where exactly is Fayette County, Alabama? Like what?
Literally an hour. So like I'm central, like exactly central, and it's like an hour northeast of me.
So it's not close to. Hold on, I'm trying to think of the map in my head.
It would be veering more to the Mississippi side, but
Okay.
not that close to the border. I mean, it's just a little over to the left from central.
Okay. So they found human remains on May the 8th. It is now May the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
But Joseph Scott Morgan explained the challenges of identifying the remains in such conditions, noting that the charring was extensive and the remains are very small.
Yeah. I love Joseph.
Yeah.
You know, he's got the podcast Body Bags.
Yeah. Okay, so prosecutors are seeking to hold Wendy and John Bailey without bond under Anaya's law. The case continues to be a focus of community concerns and law enforcement efforts to bring justice for Caleb and his sister. Do y'all have the DP there in Alabama?
Oh yeah. They
I'm
They love it.
I'm going to be honest. If they can prove in a court of law that she knew what that man did to that little boy, I hope she gets the death penalty. I hope they get her for first-degree murder.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. Because we know that she knows that he was hurting Caleb because it's on her phone.
Right.
But if she knows that that man took that little boy's life and she did not do anything about it, I hope she gets a DP for it.
Yeah, in fact, our governor just signed something new under Anaya's law. I was very angry about this because, the man who killed Anaya Blanchard is also the man who killed, David, the guy that I've been with for the last year and a half, 2 years, his brother.
Hey, cool
And his
gamer.
brother gets no recognition, but Anaya does because her dad is a famous MMA wrestler. Well, she just signed the governor just signed a new thing under Anaya's law where they're speeding up the process of the inmates who are on death row.
Wait. Oh, okay. Hey, Meta Mom, how are you? I'm trying to figure out what
Hey,
case.
Madam Mom.
Vapor, what case are you talking about? With the cracked out mom and grandmother.
Cracked out mom and grandmother.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what case he's talking about.
I don't know. I can't think of one with a grandmother. Lots with cracked out moms. I don't know.
What is the case that we talked about? Commander, how are you?
Hey, Commander.
What case that we talked about that deals with the mom and the daughter? Jeff H, how are you doing?
Oh, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jeff H in forever, y'all.
I've seen him in some other chats, but I haven't seen him here for a while.
See, they took the death penalty away in Virginia. That made me mad. Jeff, it is good to see you too. How have you been? Wait, who's Davis's dad is a UFC fighter, not a wrestler.
Oh, that's what I meant.
Go see the one where I was camped out across the street from her house. Oh, you're talking about Vapor. Oh fuck, what is it? The little boy that went missing, y'all. And they searched the landfill for him.
You talking about Leilani Simon?
Yes. What is the
Yeah.
what is the baby's name?
Quentin.
Quentin Simon.
Yep.
Yes. Okay, they found the boy in the landfill.
Who said the comment about Anaya's dad?
Wait, hold on. I think it was Vapor that said that Davis's dad is a UFC fighter, not a wrestler.
Why is he saying Davis's dad? Her name is Anaya Blanchard. But yeah, that's her stepdad.
Is his last name Davis?
I don't know. I don't know
That's
what his
probably
last
what he
name
was
is.
saying. He's
Oh,
probably
okay.
saying his last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, it makes me mad because this man, he's basically an SKer. I mean, he really is. So he, first in Montgomery, he shot David's brother, who was only in his 20s, and then he shot a woman that was with David's brother. Then he shot an elderly man. Then he went north to Birmingham and killed Anaya Blanchard. And the only person that you hear on the news is Anaya Blanchard. And her trial's coming first, even though he unalived all these other people before.
So, okay, but how old is she? How old is Anaya?
She was like 19 or 20 because she was an Auburn college student.
Let me look that up because if I see her picture, I may remember it.
Oh, it was huge. It was as big as Gabby Petito.
Well, they probably got more evidence on her case than they do the other ones.
Well,
it's probably why hers is starting first.
Well, he got arrested for hers first, and then when they ran his DNA, they matched it to David's brother and that lady and the
Well,
elderly man in
that's what I'm
Montgomery.
saying. They might have more evidence in her case. Is
Yeah,
why her
to,
case is going first.
Yeah, that
yeah, to
could
move
be.
forward with the trial
Yeah.
and everything.
But
That's
it's just
probably why.
like it's just frustrating because Alabama has like they've dedicated like a law for Anaya's law, and I understand that that's great to do that in her honor, but it's like they're forgetting. See, I watched the pain of David's family and what they've been through because that's his brother who was shot and killed, and there's never any mention of the other people that this man killed, only Anaya Blanchard. And
So it
do you
was
see, like,
Ibrahim Yazid is
yeah,
the guy who murdered.
Ibrahim, yeah, yep,
See, he was out on bond on charges that he had beaten and robbed 2 people earlier that year.
hmm
Damn.
yeah.
I don't remember her case though.
Oh gosh, it was huge. Um,
No, I can
so
tell you why I don't remember it because this was in 2019. This is during the time that the Lori Vallow stuff was going on,
hmm
and what this would have been during the time that the Gabby Petito case was going on too.
was it 2019 with Gabby?
Hold on, let me look
I
it up.
thought it was 20. I didn't think it was 2019. Was it 2019?
I could be wrong. Hold on.
Yeah, I think it was 2020.
Oh no, 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Okay,
fine.
so 2019 is when the Lori Vallow stuff was going on though.
hmm
Yeah. So that's why I don't remember Anaya Blanchard's case.
Oh, and then I have another update for you.
Okay.
So the man who just had trial for the conspiracy to commit M in the Crystal Rogers case, the
Mhm.
jury took less than 8 hours, or I think less than 4 hours. He got 30 years, or
Okay, that was
he was found guilty, and they've recommended 30 years.
okay. Steve Lawson.
Yep, Steve Lawson.
Okay, see, I didn't even know about that case. Sally Mae is the one that told me about it.
You didn't know about the Crystal Rogers case?
I didn't know about it until she had told me about it.
Wow,
I believe it was Sally Mae that told me about it.
'cause that was a big one too.
Sally Mae, aren't you the one that told me about the Crystal Rogers case? I want to say she's the one that told me, and I didn't know anything about it. But this was like a while back when she had told me about it.
Yeah.
I still think her husband though,
Oh, he's charged. Yeah.
Brooks or what? Yeah.
Yeah, he's charged. So I think his trial is next, and then there's one other person because 3 people were arrested.
Yeah, because the Lawson guy, wasn't it his brother or his daddy or son or something like that, was
That hid the gun for him or hid the weapon or something.
yeah, it was like a father and son or brothers or something like that that was involved, and then Brooks, the husband.
And she's another one that they've never found her body.
See, she sent a link to the trial updates in Discord late last week. Okay, thank you, Minimum. Because I remember Sally Mae is the one that told me about it because I hadn't even heard of the case like way back. And I forgot what case we were talking about. It might have been during the Kohlberger case, like when the Kohlberger case first happened, Idaho 4. Maybe.
Metamom, you need to get your butt back in Discord. Everybody misses you in there. But yeah, Crystal, so that one's been going on for a while because for a long time, no arrests were made. She was just a missing person.
But see, okay, so whenever I came into YouTube though, I came in and let's see, I started in June. Kylie Rodney's happened in August. So for like 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
I was just doing lives. I wasn't constant. I was talking about the Summer Wells case a little bit, but I hadn't. There wasn't a case that was brand new until Kylie's case came out.
Yeah. Okay.
When Kylie Rodney's case came out, I had only been doing lives for like 2 months.
Oh, okay.
So I hit that one straight on as soon as it came out, and I covered that one all the way until I started doing the Idaho 4, and then I went straight from Kylie's to Idaho 4.
And see, that's right about whenever you started is pretty much whenever I deleted my channel.
Because I started. Okay, so my sister-in-law passed away May of 2022. I started June of 2022.
Yeah,
doing
that's
the
right
live.
about the time that I deleted my channel. Because I know I had went to the Summer Wells vigil. And then there was something else I was into, and I had just hit 12,000 subscribers, and it was right after the Summer Wells vigils when I deleted my whole channel.
Oh yes, and then Trinity back as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hers was after Kylie's.
Yep. Yeah.
And then like I did Kylie Rodney case one night, and the very next night I was on Idaho 4.
Yeah, I remember that.
Just went straight from one straight to the next one.
Yep. Back to the K-bar.
Oh God.
You know, I don't see him anywhere. I wonder if he's okay. I seen Big Al up on a panel up in somebody's big
You
old
know
drama.
what? You know what? Fuck him.
I was like, whoa, he's up there with 2 women, and it is straight up drama.
And I hope that motherfucker heard me when I said it too.
Yeah, it kind of makes me mad that he, but anyhow, it's, beside the point. But
I ain't got no shit for no man who can't handle his own shit. Sorry.
Yeah.
Because he was coming to me, bitching and complaining at me about other people, but when he had an issue, whatever his issue was with me, he blocked me and went to everybody else.
Yeah.
So he's a pansy ass.
Yeah. Well, Riddler, that's his name. Yeah.
Yes.
I often wonder where, if he's doing okay.
Here, when you were doing Idaho 4, you all had those dogs. Oh God, Dreamcatcher I read, but I did that for Betty Jo though, because at that time when all the documents were coming out, Betty Jo couldn't see them, so she wasn't able to read them. Every single one of them damn court documents that came out, it didn't matter if it was 1 page or if it was 150.
Yeah.
I sit right here and I read every single one of them word for word, so she would know what they said.
Yeah.
And I appreciate every moment of it.
But let me tell you, when she had that eye surgery, Scarlett didn't read another word.
No.
I remember that she had one eye done, and then
Madam,
I had to wait to get the other one.
Yep. I had one eye done, and then a few months later, I had the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then that was all the because y'all don't know how many pages of court documents I read on that case.
But I appreciate every moment of it.
I know you do.
Because I'm not one of them people that,
Well, I did it because I knew you were in here every night with us, and I knew that you wasn't able to read them, and there was somebody else. Who was it? There was somebody else that would come in here the same time you did that had vision problems.
Yeah, I remember. I remember. I cannot think of.
It was a guy, and he always had to type in all caps because he couldn't see.
Yeah, he had Parkinson's too. Remember?
Open it.
Yeah,
I really need to.
Gosh, what was his name?
You got to get Metamom. I will read the short ones. Scarlett is done with all the reading of the documents. I will give y'all the link to them, and y'all can read them. Sally Mae. Okay, so Sally Mae would remember because she was one of the ones also that I would have to read them for. So it was
No.
Sally Mae, Betty Joe, and then Sally Mae. Who was the guy that was in here?
I remember the guy because I remember one day in chat, he was like, he said something about having Parkinson's because sometimes he would type things wrong
Yes.
and he would type all in caps. And didn't you have him as a mod?
No, I don't.
No, he wasn't a mod. Okay.
I
cannot think of his name though.
Elliot. Yes, HT. Thank you. His name was Elliot.
So I wonder what happened to him.
Somebody King just said I see him in other channels all the time. I haven't seen him in a while, but I knew like he had really bad vision. Sally Mae was one of them that couldn't see very good, and then Betty Joe. Those were the three main ones that I would read them out for. And y'all, I read them things word for word. It didn't matter if it was 1 page or 100.
Yeah.
I don't see any of them anywhere, so
Yeah,
I
haven't seen Elliot. Oh God, I haven't seen him in forever. I haven't seen Riddler since he got ass hurt and left. And
yeah,
if the God's honest truth, he did. He got his feelings hurt for whatever reason, and jumped off a panel, and I ain't seen him since.
Yeah. Well, I
that
know
was my fault. I heard
well, he'll
his
get the
mom.
fuck over it. I know that the last thing I'd heard, he was having to take care of his mom because she was sick. So I don't know if he is still having to do that. I haven't seen him around. I used to see him on other people's panels.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at all, which I don't click. He used to go over to after he left your channel, he would be on
But yeah.
And I don't see which I don't really click in there, but I haven't seen him anywhere. I might email him and see if he's
don't mention my name, please.
If she's okay. His mom, that is.
Yeah, don't mention my name, please.
I don't think he's on YouTube anymore.
I haven't seen him nowhere. And used to, I would see him, here and there in different chats and stuff like that, but I haven't seen him. Oh, King, thank you. Okay, Christy, I sent you. Wait, let me make sure I sent you the link. Yes, I sent you the link.
Don't you hate that? Because you kind of get attached to the people that you're in the same chat with, and then when they just disappear, you're like,
girl, do you know who I am? I don't get attached to nobody.
You're attached to me.
I'm attached to my 3 kids.
She's attached to me.
I'll let you think that.
Yeah, you can't get attached like that because
last night after the live ended, she messaged me and she's like, Avery, I really would cuddle with you. I just didn't want to say it on live.
God is going to strike you dead for lying.
We know you're lying.
They know me better. Everybody in this chat knows me better.
I just got to laugh at myself.
Vapor, that's what he said, and then he had to turn into a chitliner about it.
Do we have a friendship? Yeah, but we're not attached. You know what I mean?
Okay, so maybe attached is the wrong word, but we get used to seeing, people in the chat, and then when they disappear, then you because you don't know if something happened to them, if they got sick.
Let me tell you something. If you're in my chat, I think of you as family. Point blank, that's how it is. If you want to get added, I don't get attached to people.
She thinks of us as family.
I do think of y'all as family because y'all are here with me every time I go live. You and Betty Joe are always on panel with me. Y'all are always in Discord with me. But the only people in this world that I am attached to is my 3 kids.
Yeah, I get what you said.
But
she didn't even mention the husband.
Anyway, if there was something like I look at y'all who are in here with me every night as my loyal people. Okay. But if you do me wrong, I have no issue with dropping you like that.
Oh yeah.
I have always been that way. When I say I'm done with you, I am done with you. I don't look back. I don't give a shit what happened to you. Nothing. Y'all see
Yeah.
when what's her face was always up here, her and Eggert on my panel every single night, and then she did me the way she did me, and y'all see where she's at now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't do that to somebody.
I can
Yeah.
drop you. I can literally drop someone at the drop of a hat and not look back, and it will never bother me. And I hate that, but that's just how I am.
Yeah. I mean, but as a creator, I can understand it.
I am. It just I don't. But even in my family, I can do that.
Ooh, now we got psychological issues going on.
Girl, let me tell you
can do the
something.
same thing.
My mama chose my stepdad over me, and I'm her only child. I have nothing to do with my mother.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me. And
Yeah.
it's the same thing with YouTube and stuff like that. Hold on just a second, y'all.
All right. I can do the same thing because my two younger brothers, they don't talk to me, so I don't talk to them.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna go out of my way if you ain't gonna go out of your way.
I used to think that, like, if you
Okay, I'm
had,
back.
I used to think, like, if you had family members that you didn't talk to, then there was just, like, something really wrong. Like, I found it shameful. And so I would always, like, just keep the peace with everybody in my family because of that reason. But now, that I'm older and I see in so many other families that there's so many families where people don't talk to each other, even being parents and stuff. And so now I don't feel so bad. Like, my sister's into that whole religious thing and stuff. And it was bothering me for a while. And I was kind of even ashamed about it. But now I really am okay with it.
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't bother me at all to do
yeah,
that.
because I'm seeing more and more families that are like that. But then, I don't know. Weird.
Yeah,
I
and
look at it this way. If they're not gonna, like my brothers, if they're not gonna reach out to me, I'm not gonna reach out to you.
right.
I mean, it works
Yeah.
both ways.
So I guess in like a nutshell, what I'm saying is I used to think that family is everything. And that was, like the most important thing, no matter what, was always keeping your family together. But I don't see it that way anymore.
Well, yeah, because when my mom was still alive, all of us were close. Ever since my mom passed away,
Yeah.
it's like whatever.
We
See,
had a closeness, but our mother pitted us against each other without us knowing what was going on. And so we had like a unique closeness. It was like my sister that lives near me. I may not talk to her for 3-4 weeks, but if somebody around here like fucks with me and I call her up, even in her religion, she's gonna come. Like we have a weird, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like if it's serious, we're right there, no matter how long it's been since we've talked.
I mean, I talk to my sister. My sister comes over here every other weekend to see the baby.
Yeah,
So,
that's nice. That's nice.
hold on, y'all. I'm reading something on the Crystal Rogers case.
I want to know where they put Crystal's body. That has just driven me nuts forever.
What's his shit? I just seen his name.
Uh,
The
Brooke.
Brooks. Yeah, he's not gonna give up.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
Because it says on here that he had built his construction company had built several houses shortly after her disappearance.
Yep.
Yeah, King Scarlet, exactly.
And what are they going to do? Go tear up those houses? I mean, they can't.
I mean, that would be you know, if they, I don't know if there's, what is it called? Like the sonar that they can run on top of the ground, but I don't know if the sonar goes sideways to go. So, like, if they were able to get close enough to the house that it would shoot sideways to go under the house. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I don't
I don't know either if that was.
because wasn't it in the Summer Wells case that they did that around the houses that oh shit, her mom and dad was working at, that they were doing the drywall at. Didn't they do sonar around them?
I never heard of them doing that.
I don't know if they did or not.
Okay, well maybe it wasn't Summer's case then. Seems like there was a case that I remember that there was sonar done.
It could have been Summers. See, her case was another one that I was really into, and then I
Yep.
had to back away when it got to be all the drama.
That's what I'm saying.
Just like Sebastian, like you just have to back away from those cases.
Yeah, because there's so much drama, you don't know what's real and what's not.
Well, and now it's so bad that some of these cases, you're scared to talk about them even on your channel because you're going to end up in a damn lawsuit.
Well, that's the reason why I left the Sebastian Rogers case alone.
Well,
There was too much drama in that case that you did not know if, because I mean, really, the police aren't putting out a whole lot. Okay, Metamom.
Certain creator.
So yeah, so you
to that.
like, how are they getting their information if the police are not putting anything out? So if I'm not getting information from the police,
yeah,
why am I going to trust? And I'm not saying that these creators are all lying, but there are some that will just put out stuff just to be.
Hell, I'm saying they're all lying. I
You
swear
know.
to God, one of those parents can blink their eyes the wrong way and boom, they have a whole live about it. They blinked like this when somebody said this and they're guilty. Yeah.
Okay, Christy, I got you back in there now. Say something in the main one, Metamom, just so I know for sure you're in there.
What happened?
I had to send her a link.
Yeah. Christy's having a really hard time with her diagnosis, and she left Discord for a little while. She's she's having a difficult time.
Well, I haven't been in there, so I haven't really seen.
Yeah. I guess it like I've never had a diagnosis like she does, but I guess at some point during the process you go through an angry phase, a give up phase.
Yeah. There's going to be different phases that her or anybody in her situation is going to go through.
Yeah.
And it's normal.
Yeah.
It's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, my grandfather was a preacher when he was diagnosed with cancer. He went through all the phases. He was mad because he had had cancer before he was saved, and he ended up getting it later on. He was upset about that. He knew not to question God, but you know, he still wondered why.
Right.
It was all those phases. He was upset, he was sad, he was depressed. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, she's going through a lot, so she's going to have her ups and downs.
Okay. All right, so she's back in Discord now.
And the only thing we can do is be there for her and pray for her.
Exactly. Right. Okay. All right, so I've got her back in Discord now. Okay. What was I looking at?
SF Investigate is going to Vegas.
Oh, he's there now.
Oh, he's already made it there? Okay. So he's searching for Alyssa. Is it Elisa or Alyssa?
It's Elisa Petrov.
Elisa. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everything wrong.
Okay, let me go to Twitter real quick. Because when I was in there today, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Madam, she had tagged me.
Oh, yeah. He made a tweet. He's this?
Okay, so 13 hours ago, he said today is the start of day 3 in Las Vegas, searching for 15-year-old missing female Elisa Petrov. 3 men are in custody for the crimes against Elisa. One of them, Matthew Menard, told Elisa he would meet her in Vegas. He discussed with her how to travel to Vegas, without being tracked or detected, and told her to lay low for approximately 3 weeks until he arrived on a business trip,
Mhm.
which he is now in custody
Yeah.
in Utah. He traveled to Utah and turned himself in. Courtney, yeah, I
And
know
his,
a lot of people don't. I do follow him on Twitter just to kind of keep up with, what he's doing or whatever.
in that tweet, he talks about Menard's girlfriend and how she won't help them at all. And like he doesn't understand. How can you find out that your boyfriend has been doing this and you're still not going to help?
It reminds me of, damn it, what was the dude that had the island?
Epstein?
Yes, him and Maxwell.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that
Yeah.
Menard's girlfriend is doing that. She
Right.
could be in denial or be like, okay, I'm going to stand by you until I see the truth.
But
You
she's
see what
seen
I'm
the
saying?
pictures in his phone. She's been shown them and she still won't talk.
Oh, see, I didn't know they showed her the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And she still won't talk.
That's a little weird. And see, I didn't even show her picture on one of the articles that I had read about it. It
Mhm.
had him and her in there together. Of course, she was kissing him on the cheek, so you couldn't see her like face
Yeah.
on. But I didn't even show her picture because I was like, if they haven't said that she has anything to do with this, then there's no point of me showing her picture.
Well,
You know,
in the bottom of that tweet that Steve did, he's got the whole, like you can see where he's got parts of the camera roll. So he's had actual, I guess law enforcement has given it to him because he has actual, like, you know how on the iPhone, like at the bottom, you can see like the whole roll of pictures that have been taken.
right?
Yeah, he's got screenshots of that, of the whole rows of pictures.
I'll see. I'm gonna have to go back and look at all that.
Yeah. And I know there's like, so I know that, Steve is a bit controversial. Some people, don't like him. Some people do. But this is my thing about Steve. Almost all of these cases that he takes on are pro bono. He's doing them for free. And I think that has to say something about his character.
I started following him on Twitter during the Kylie Rodney case. And then it got to a point where I still followed him on Twitter, but I didn't pay a whole lot of attention
Hmm.
to what he was doing. And then there was another one that he started doing. I forgot what it was. I don't remember if it was, what was the girl that she flew in from Hawaii like a couple of months ago.
Oh, man. That we
No,
talked about her for several
yeah,
nights.
it wasn't her though. It was fuck, the girl that went missing in Arizona.
Chelsea Grimm.
Yes, that's when I started kind of
Hmm.
paying a little bit more attention to what he was saying because he was out searching for her and we were talking about her case at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
and then went to Sebastian Rogers,
yeah,
and he left that case. Well,
Yeah, he's hired by the Proudfoot family.
yeah, but he like backed off a little bit because of that
Yeah, yeah,
media move.
yeah. So, I mean, I don't really know like about his credentials and stuff like that. I don't know how experienced he is or anything, but what I do know is that he does a lot of these pro bono free And anybody who's, willing to give their time for free, I don't know.
Yeah, I follow him
that,
on.
that came out perverted, didn't it? Anybody who's willing to give their time for free. Is that laughing?
No, I was reading something in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah, I follow him just to kind of keep up with the cases that he's doing or whatever, just so I can see what information he puts out.
yeah.
This-
Sometimes he has some good information, and then
Right.
sometimes it's,
Right. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter all day today.
it's funny how they renamed it X, but we all still call it Twitter.
I can't call it X. It doesn't.
Either.
It
And the damn
don't.
icon on my phone looks like a stupid porn site.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I don't know what Elon was thinking.
He named it after his son, I think it was.
He named
Did
it
you
after
know?
SpaceX.
But isn't his son, his youngest son, named X or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I did finally see a picture of Julie Chrisley when she got out of jail, and then I seen the first interview that Todd Chrisley did with the news the other day, and
They both look the same.
no, she looks totally different.
No.
But
They-
he looks, except for his darker hair, and he's very built, very very, so I guess he was working out a lot, but his hair is darker. Aside from that, he looks the same, but she looks totally different. And she said on the, her daughter, Savannah, said on the news thing the other day that she's not going back blonde. She's going to leave it the gray. But I bet she does go back and get some Botox because her face looks totally different.
Okay. Jocelyn Nungare. I just saw Christy had tagged me in this post on Twitter. Suspect in young Texas girl's murder accused of R-ing American woman in Costa Rica.
Ooh.
This came out, the 30th of May. I hadn't been on Twitter in like a day or two, so I'm trying to catch up on my.
I can't. 1st of June already.
Yeah. Crazy how this year's went by fast. Then Oklahoma dad Rodney Shippey murders son with autism and dog and self in appearance where he took himself out along with his son and the dog.
Mm-hmm.
In home where missing daughter 20 was also found deceased. Wow. Yeah, I hadn't heard about this one either. That was in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Oh, God. So a troubled father fatally unalives his autistic son and the family dog before turning the weapon on himself inside their Oklahoma home, where his wife had taken her own life 3 years earlier. So Rodney Shippey, 58, who was found with a self-inflicted wound, allegedly murdered his 10-year-old son Logan in an apparent double unaliving at their ill-fated Broken Arrow residence, and the Broken Arrow Police Department announced. Police discovered the slain bodies and the dead dog Wednesday afternoon while serving a search warrant after concerned out-of-state relatives reported that Shippey's daughter Alyssa had been missing since November. So wait, where is... So the 20-year-old's lifeless body was later found inside the disabled home. Medical examiners working to confirm her cause of death. So the mom takes her own life 3 years ago. Now the 20-year-old daughter is deceased, and then he takes his 10-year-old autistic son's life, the dog, and then his life. What the hell? I just miss all kind of good stuff on Twitter, y'all. We need more info on the guy that murdered his baby mom on his way to Wyoming. Oh, Vapor, you're talking about shit. Katie Ferguson. Is that who you're talking about? And I can't remember the guy's name.
Aviles.
Yeah, what was his first name?
Starts with an A.
Is it Adam?
I think
Aviles?
so. I think something like that.
Okay, let me see.
Golly, by the time I'm 55, I ain't gonna know shit. I'm lucky I can come up with part of a name.
I think I spelled Katie's name. No, yes, I did. Hold on. See, she's been missing since. Damn, she's been missing since 2023.
Yeah, and still no homicide charges. And they know he did it.
Well, yeah.
Makes no sense.
He was gonna. Remember, they called him coming back to the vehicle with a tank of gas, gas can full of gas. Like he was gonna set because the front seat was out of the vehicle and all that, and they thought he was gonna set it on fire. Yeah.
And there's casing, in the door and putrefaction on the floorboard. And one of the children that was in the back seat said, "Daddy hurt mommy."
Yes.
But yeah, he still has no homicide charges. Crazy.
Okay, so Katie Ferguson, 33, has been missing since October the 5th of 2023. I remember sitting here, y'all, and watching the body cam footage when the cop comes up behind them and they were sitting in the vehicle. It doesn't seem like it's been that long ago. Let's see. She was last seen in Truman, Arkansas, while on a cross-country road trip with her estranged boyfriend, Adam Aviles Jr., and their 2 children. She was reported missing to police in Cody, Wyoming, on November the 2nd of 2023. And remember, he went through. He went into Arkansas, and then he came back down through. Was it Oklahoma into Texas, or something like that?
He was in. Was it Texas or New Mexico? Because he got pulled up. Remember, the police pulled up, and she was sitting in the passenger seat folding baby clothes.
Okay,
what state was that?
That was in Arkansas.
Okay.
And then I believe when he got stopped in Texas, she wasn't in the vehicle.
Okay, that might be.
I don't think.
That sounds right.
And then he got stopped again after he left Texas, and she wasn't in the vehicle. And they had noticed there was what appeared to be a bullet hole in, was it the passenger door? Okay, so Vapor said he was pulled over in Texas and she was gone. So she was still with him in Arkansas. That's the body cam footage that we saw, is when they were in Arkansas. When he got into Texas, he was pulled over. She wasn't with him. And then I forgot what the other state was. Was it Utah? No, that wouldn't be right. It was a state north of Texas that he got pulled over again, and she wasn't with him. So between Arkansas, where the body cam footage is, where she's with him, and where he was pulled over in Texas, is probably where they're going to find her. And I believe they went and looked like that route that he would have taken, but he could have pulled off anywhere and did something with her. I think he got thrown in jail in Wyoming on gun charges. Let me look on Bond Link and see if he's still in jail.
Sorry, the dog is barking. I had to mute.
No, you're good. Hold on. Yeah, Bond Link has got where it is slow as hell here lately. Okay, it was Wyoming, right?
All the dogs went outside, and Tucker will not budge because he's staying right by me by this phone.
Because he can hear me.
Yes.
He missed me all that time that I wasn't going live.
I believe so.
Oh, I spelled the last name wrong. Hold on.
These cats, I'm gonna knock them out.
Okay, and it was Wyoming, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, because if it's not showing up on Bond Link that he's in jail.
It's not?
It says no results found. Let me go back though and put in Avalos Jr. because I didn't put in Junior.
Maybe it wasn't Wyoming.
Let me try this. Let's see what it does. No, even if I put Junior on it, he's not in there. Let's see. Oh, wait. Local case dropped against missing Cody woman's ex. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I remember that when they dropped the case against him because they were hoping to get. Okay, wait.
Well, you remember they were holding him on gun charges.
Yeah. Wait, when did this come out? Okay, this was November 2023. So an update, the story has been updated to reflect a Monday evening interview with the Park County Sheriff's Office spokesman who said higher charges are coming for Adam Avalos Jr. Bigger federal gun charges are on the way for the ex-boyfriend of a missing Cody woman after Park County authorities dropped lesser charges against the man Monday afternoon. Let's see. So if it's a federal case, it's probably not going to show up on Bond Link. No, it was Wyoming Vapor. I found it in another article here. It says here the vehicle Avalos Jr. drove from Alabama to Wyoming was found abandoned near Cody, Wyoming, with signs of foul play, including dried red fluid and a bullet hole in the passenger seat door. Oh, wait, hold on. On September the 17th, 2024, Avalos Jr. was sentenced to 7 years in federal prison for illegally possessing ammunition. Although no body has been found, authorities believe that Ferguson is deceased and suspect Avalos Jr. of her murder. However, Avalos Jr. has not been directly charged in connection with Ferguson's disappearance.
How is that? We've seen all these other cases where they're charged with no body. They know it was him.
But what state would charge him though? Hey, Ginger. Because they know she was alive in Arkansas, but when he was pulled over in Texas, she wasn't with him. So what state would charge him?
Well, they could do federal charges.
I mean, yeah.
Crossing state lines.
They could do that, but I mean,
I hadn't thought about that though.
Because I mean, if he did something to her and she died in Arkansas, but then she's dumped in Texas,
Yeah.
then it would become a federal case because it crossed state lines. But if he murdered her in Arkansas and left her body there, it would be an Arkansas case.
Right. Somebody needs to pick it up. I mean, her family deserves justice.
Right.
Oh,
And if we know she was with him in Arkansas because we all watched the body cam footage. See, he is in custody, so they know where he is, and they can try to find her before charging. Yeah, he's in. That's why I couldn't find it on VineLink, because he's in federal custody. So they know that she was with him because there's body cam footage of her in the vehicle in Arkansas.
right.
But
Yeah.
when he gets pulled over in Texas, she's not with him. So between the two stops, something happened, and she's got to be between those two
Yeah.
police stops.
I just can't believe it's been this long. And
I didn't
It's
realize
so
it's been
much fun.
since 2023.
I didn't either. Time is flies.
Okay, and it says here the investigation into Ferguson's disappearance is ongoing, with law enforcement personnel from multiple states continuing to search for evidence in her body.
I feel so bad for her family.
Yeah, just the fact that they don't know
Yeah.
what happened or where she's at. Let's see, she was last seen October the 5th. The father of her children is being investigated and has been charged with being a felon in possession of ammunition. See, relatives of a mother of two who vanished on a trip from Alabama to Wyoming are desperate for answers about what has happened to her. She was last seen October the 5th.
I forgot she came to Alabama. I'm sorry.
Yeah, remember that's where he drove to and picked her up from.
Yep. Yeah, I'm remembering now.
And then we saw the body cam footage while they were in Arkansas. And I have the timeline somewhere in my notes of when they were seen in Arkansas on the body cam footage, when he got stopped in Texas, and then the third stop that he got before he made it back to Wyoming. I've got that whole timeline somewhere here. It says she was last seen October the 5th by police in Arkansas as a passenger in the vehicle of her on-again, off-again boyfriend, who is under investigation in her disappearance. Adam Avales Jr. of Cody, Wyoming, has not been charged in the disappearance. He was arrested on a charge of felon in possession of ammunition, according to a criminal complaint filed November the 13th. Authorities in Wyoming said that the search of his 99 Dodge Durango turned up dried red fluid, a loaded Glock magazine, and a projectile hole in the front passenger door, according to the complaint. If I'm not mistaken, didn't we read that complaint? Yeah, Chrissy, in the 1,000 notebooks I have here.
Yeah, I remember you went through the whole complaint.
Okay. See, she ran to her mom's in Alabama because she left him because he was abusive. Yes, and then he drove down and got her and the kids from Alabama, and then they were driving back. And I don't even remember why the cop pulled up on them that day that they were parked in the body cam footage that we watched.
I remember the cop was like saying something about somebody had reported them sitting there for a long time or something like that, and she was explaining that they were just taking a break to feed the baby or something.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, so she was reported missing on November the 2nd. A person whose initials is MH contacted the Cody Police Department to report her daughter KF was missing. Ferguson's sister, Amanda Ferguson, confirmed to NBC News on Friday that their mother is Mona Hartling and the person listed as MH in the complaint. She said her younger sister had been living in Alabama since May, having left her home state of Wyoming for a fresh start to live with family and to get away from Aviles, who she had alleged had been abused by. Let's see, she was scared of him. She didn't want the girls around him. But Katie had recently contacted Aviles to get her and take her to Cody after relapsing on substances. See, the pair, along with their 2 daughters, were making the cross-country trip. It is not clear when they set out. So at that time, the 2 kids were a year old and 4 years old. So the day that her mother reported Katie missing, Aviles told Cody police that she was not missing, but did not want to have contact with her mother. And then 2 days later is when they found his Durango abandoned in a rural area near Cody. Trash bags were blocking the windows. Deputies broke in because the vehicle's owner's connection to a person who had been reported missing. Deputies wanted to make sure that there was no one who required medical attention inside the Durango. And that's when, remember, he had walked up and he had a gas can in his hand?
Yeah, I remember. And the 4-year-old is the one that said mommy or daddy hurt mommy.
Mm-hmm. And they thought he was going to burn the vehicle. Remember when he was walking back to the vehicle?
Yeah.
Remember, he had a gas can in his hand and he set it down when he saw the cops there at the vehicle.
And I think, if I remember right, he tried to tell them that he had run out of gas, but it had gas in it.
Yep.
And the passenger seat was gone.
What's going? Yes, it was.
Yeah.
What wasn't the passenger seat? Was it in a trash bag? There was. I remember something about some trash bags.
I don't think they ever found it.
Okay, Metamom said one of the babies said something about mommy in a fire.
Oh, I don't remember that. All I remember is daddy hurt mommy, but I don't remember a fire.
Seems like
I'll have to look it back up. Yeah.
I remember something about a fire, but I don't remember. No, the passenger seat was missing. But there was something that was in some trash bags. Was it the carpet from the vehicle?
Yeah. Oh, I can't remember. Where's your notes, Miss Scarlett?
Oh, my God. I would have to find my notes.
We need you organized in alphabetical order, little binders, alphabetical order, and by the year.
Hold on. No, because I do have a binder down here that has her name on it.
Hey, Joe, where did you go?
I think she's in the chat.
I'm here.
You left and went down to hang out with them down there?
I was not. Listen, I can chat and be up here too. I know how to work my phone. I know how to work my phone without throwing myself off.
The abuse.
All right, hold on. I've got the folder right here. Or the binder.
No, I muted because the cats were running up and down the hallway fighting.
Oh, you found the binder for the case?
Yeah. It was under my desk.
Look at that. See?
Okay, May of 2023, her and the 2 girls moved to Alabama. October of 23, Adam drives from Wyoming to Alabama to bring Katie and the daughters back to Wyoming. October the 23rd, Adam, Katie, and 2 daughters leave Alabama on their way back to Wyoming in the black Dodge Durango. October the 5th, Katie, Adam, and the daughters are in Truman, Arkansas when a police officer approached them while parked in a parking lot. That's the body cam footage that we watched. All right, so that was October the 5th. October the 9th, Adam was pulled over in Texas and Katie was not in the vehicle with him. Body cam was not released. October 11th, Adam was once again pulled over in Colorado. Katie once again was not in the car. So something between October the 5th and October the 9th, between Arkansas and Texas, and I didn't write down what part of Texas, but during those 4-day period and those 2 stops is where something happened. Now the passenger seat was missing. Okay. Maybe that's what it was in. I just remember there was trash bags and maybe it was the carpet in the trash bags and trash in them or something.
The passenger seat was missing, and there was a trash bag in the back.
Okay.
So they never found the passenger seat, right?
I don't think so. So, okay. Adam, October 11th, Adam once again was pulled over in Colorado. Katie was not with him. November the 2nd, Katie's mom reports her missing. November the 4th, police found the Durango at the Oregon Basin near Cody. There was trash bags blocking the windows, and when police broke into the car, they found dried red fluid. They found a projectile hole in the passenger door concealed with tape, numerous fired .45 caliber bullets in the passenger door. November the 8th, Katie's 4-year-old daughter told investigators that her father had hurt her mother. Police subsequently arrested Adam on the federal felony in possession of ammunition charge. Adam pled not guilty and scheduled for next court hearing January the 24th of 2024. He has not been charged with Katie's disappearance, but is reportedly suspected of unaliving her. Let's see. David Wise, assistant U.S. public defender, wrote Mr. Aviles is a suspect in the homicide case. In a December federal court filing, Wise requested additional time to prepare for Aviles Jr.'s upcoming trial.
So, okay. If by now they have not found her remains, what is keeping them from charging him? I mean, what are they hoping?
Probably it's probably, I mean, I'm pretty sure it could be a federal thing, but it may come down to a state thing. What state is she in? Is she in Arkansas or Texas? She's got to be in one of the two, or maybe Oklahoma.
So the holdup is probably because they don't know what state to pick up the charges.
Right. Because, I mean, if you think about it, you come from Arkansas into Texas. You're either going to go down through Louisiana into Texas, you're going to go through Oklahoma into Texas, or you're going to go through, wait, I'm trying to think of the map in my head. You can go through Texarkana and go into Texas.
Well, if she, okay.
Because they probably
She was seen in Arkansas. Okay. I'm just trying to figure.
It seems to me though
a way that they for them.
If they were, I remember when I looked it up on the map. They were in Truman, Arkansas. If I'm not mistaken, that is west of Little Rock, closer to the Oklahoma line. And we never could figure out why they went down into Texas instead of just going through Oklahoma. You see what I'm saying? And then going over and then going north. Why go down into Texas and then go north?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So
Okay.
she actually could be somewhere in Texas because when he was pulled over in Texas, she wasn't seen doesn't mean she wasn't.
More than likely, she's going to be either in Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, or Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That's going to be because it's a 4-day period between the time they were seen in Arkansas until he was pulled over in Texas. So it's not like he could have went north into Missouri. Well, I mean, I guess he could have went north into Missouri and did something and then come back down through Texas.
Yeah.
And went around. When he could have just went from Missouri, Nebraska, I'm trying to think of how the map is, all that way up over to Wyoming. You see, it would have been a shorter route to go that way if he was going to do that. So it's either going to be Arkansas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, or Texas where her body is going to be found if she's ever found. And then I have November the 5th. So police found the Durango in the Oregon Basin on November the 4th. I have November the 5th wrote down here that Dad kicked Adam out from his house. Hole in passenger door. Okay, no, I didn't read all that.
So was he arrested?
He was arrested on federal charges, but I believe they have. Wait, I gotta go back through.
Wait, where did you say in Arkansas he was pulled over? How far from Little Rock?
No, where the body cam footage is from, in Arkansas. You know, the one
Oh.
that we watched of where
How-
she's still alive.
Yeah, how close to Little Rock was that?
I believe it's west of Little Rock. Hold on.
You believe what?
I believe it's west of Little Rock, but let me pull it up here.
The west. Okay.
I believe it's closer to the Oklahoma line, if I remember correctly. You gotta think, this has been 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Here I am making deals with a 5-year-old.
Because I was thinking, like, if he was even more to the east side of Arkansas, he could have gone down even into Mississippi.
Hold on, let's pull up Truman.
She wants to play with her Barbies at 2:00 in the morning.
Let that baby play with her Barbies while Auntie Scarlett is live.
She is. That's what I said. I was making deals with her. I told her
Oh, okay.
once we got off the live, she has to come in here and get in bed and go to sleep.
Okay. No, I am wrong, Avery. It is in northeast Arkansas.
Okay, so he could have come straight down into Mississippi.
He could have come down into Mississippi.
Mhm.
Through Memphis, West Memphis. He could have come into Mississippi. He could have came down into Louisiana. He could have went straight up through Paragould up into Missouri, or he could have went over to Tennessee. I don't remember if we even talked about this. Hold on. Wait. Let me get it. So there's Truman. So it's literally right there at the Tennessee line. So he basically could have went anywhere. He could have went into Missouri because there's the Missouri state line, there's the Tennessee state line, there's the Mississippi state line, and then Louisiana's down here. Or he could have went into Texas or Oklahoma. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She could be in 6 different states.
Well, even because, like, Missouri has that little Panama thing that is, like, wedged right in between Tennessee and Arkansas.
Right here. Dreamcatcher, have a good night. Yeah, right here. I mean, he could have very easily went through into the southern part of Missouri.
Mm.
Could have went into Tennessee.
In what part of Texas was it when he was pulled over that she was not with him?
Hold on.
The
I did not write down. Adam was pulled over in Texas. Katie was not in the vehicle. Body cam not released. That's all my notes say.
okay.
Let me see if I wrote it down somewhere else. Why don't I have Suzanne Simpson's notes? And with Katie's.
You need to separate those and put those in a Suzanne Simpson binder, please.
Well, I need
So when-
dividers to put in here. Hold on. This is a Katie Ferguson one. Nothing new on the case.
Yeah.
Nicole
I gotta
Clark.
get my laptop because my phone's dying. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm about to get off of here in just a few minutes anyway, so.
Well, then never mind.
I've already been on here 2.5 hours. I need to go to bed.
Okay.
Oklahoma mom's murder. Who was the Oklahoma mom? Oh, that's
Chris.
Paul Grace and all them. Yeah. I know I've got more notes than just that one page for Katie's thing. We talked about that a lot during that time. Let's see, Michael Mueller. I have to go through my notes because I know that I have more Katie Ferguson notes than just one page. But that was basically the timeline that I had there. Oh, shit. My notes are all screwed up, y'all. Let's see. That's Christopher Preciado. That one. Phoenix Wilkerson. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and that's Micah Miller's. I'm gonna have to go through and separate all the notes. I think whenever I put them all in the binder, I just threw them all in here and I did not separate them. That's Rachel Morgan. Let me take this off the screen. I seriously need to. Man, I got Brian Kohlberger stuff in this folder. What the hell?
Little girl,
Adam Montgomery.
being so loud.
That's. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through and find the rest of the Katie Ferguson notes because I know I have more than just one page. That's like Kansas City 3. That's Trinity Vasquez. That's the wrong Adam. Okay, yeah, my notes are scattered, y'all. I'm gonna have to go through and separate all these. Because I know that I have more than just one page of notes for that case. Shit. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to go through this whole damn binder and find the rest of the notes for Katie Ferguson. Adam Montgomery. You would know, though, I would have every note that I took on the Adam Montgomery trial. Everybody who was on the stand, I have all of their notes in here. Not the one that I need.
We were all over that trial for sure.
Oh, yeah. I have very detailed notes of everybody who was saying, hey, the ugly Chucklin, how are you?
I'll tell you how he is. He just crawled his butt out of bed.
Let's see, that's Micah Miller's. Oh, we can't say what that is because that's personal. Sebastian Rogers, Kohlberger. Yeah, Kohlberger's stuff is in here, and it's not even supposed to be in this.
Oh, did we check yesterday to see if anything?
There's nothing. I checked it.
Okay.
Yeah, I checked it yesterday, and I checked it today to see if maybe they might have uploaded it Friday, and it just wasn't showing up. You know, sometimes if you upload something, it may take it a while for it to show up on the website, but there's nothing on there. So hopefully next week, there will be something, because I mean, the judge can't keep putting that ruling off on that.
No.
Because we're just getting closer and closer. Yeah, well, today's June the 1st.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to start, August the 11th?
Yep.
So we're almost at 60 days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's going to have to make a ruling on it soon.
Right.
So hopefully.
Yeah, I think this coming week there will be something.
Yeah, hopefully.
I have a feeling he's going to deny it, so.
I think so, just because we're going on, 2.5 years now?
Yeah, I think he's going to deny it.
I don't know.
I mean, I get it if he doesn't deny it, but at the same time, I get it if he does deny it.
Yeah.
I can kind of see it.
Well, she took on this other case, and then she wouldn't have this problem.
Yeah, she should have never
Big Shot.
She should have never taken the other case on. So
Big Shot needs to sit down and take this case and.
Okay, so the jury questionnaires are going out. I did see something about the jury questionnaires.
Yeah, I saw that too, and I was thinking, well, maybe he's not gonna, grant her motion.
Yeah,
I don't think he is.
He may not. I don't know. I mean, but he's got it. There's a court document. Doesn't he have to respond in a document?
Yeah.
So we need the document. If he's unmade up his mind, put the damn document out.
Whatever decision he makes, I just hope it's in the best interest of the victim.
That it doesn't come back in, because I mean, no matter what, if he's found guilty, which I'm pretty sure he will be, he's going to appeal it. That's
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's appealing. No matter what, he has them appeals.
And
But-
see, if they really are violating his constitutional rights and all the things that Anne listed, and she appeals and it goes to the appellate judge, then everything could be reversed. So
No, they wouldn't reverse it. It would just they would do
no,
another.
they can reverse it.
They would do
they
another
can.
trial.
Not if it's due to constant. If it's
There's
due,
nothing. Listen,
if
there's nothing in that dateline that has not been already leaked.
it's not just about the dateline. It's 40 pages of reasons.
Of bullshit.
yeah, I don't think I've even read. I think I started reading the big document that came out, and then King Scarlet said she was going to put like a shorter version of it in Discord, and I just waited on that. So
Yeah.
I didn't have to read all 40 pages.
She's got a lot listed.
Every time they don't get their way, she puts out nothing but crap.
Okay, Metamom just posted something in Discord. I just seen it. Boyfriend of missing coding woman is sentenced to 87 months. Well, shit, it cut it off. Acting U.S. Attorney Eric Hyman announced today that a Cody man whose girlfriend disappeared while the couple and their 2 children were returning from Alabama in October 2023 was sentenced today by the U.S. District Court judge. Hold on, I gotta click on this thing. Oh shit, it's covering my chat up. Hold on. Okay, U.S. District Court Judge Alan Johnson, Adam Shane Avalos Jr., age 26 of Cody, Wyoming, was sentenced to 87 months in federal prison for being a felon in possession of ammunition. Based on evidence presented by the government at the sentencing hearing, Judge Johnson found that Avalos unlawfully possessed the ammunition in connection with the voluntary manslaughter of Catherine Ferguson. She was reported missing on October 2023 and presumed deceased. Okay, and this came out in September of 2024, y'all. This is like how far we are behind on this case.
Yeah.
Avalos was arrested in early November 2023 after the Park County Sheriff's Office found bullet holes, a fully loaded .45 caliber magazine, and ammunition, and numerous bloodstains and items inside the vehicle. Avalos is a convicted felon and is not allowed to possess firearms or ammunition. Avalos was indicted by a federal grand jury November the 15th of 2023, and he pled guilty on June 14th. So he's in there for, what did I say, 80-something months? 87 months. He's in federal prison. So hopefully in the 87 months that he is in there, which is from 2024. So he's been in there for a couple of months now. They can figure out what happened to Katie and possibly find,
I hope so.
if not her whole body, something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I sure hope so.
It's every time Ann Taylor doesn't get her way, she comes up with some type of motion.
Well, I mean, the autism thing didn't work.
That's it.
So now she's going on to she needs more time.
Yeah.
She's
been asking for more time since
the beginning.
He
Yeah, I
asked
know.
for this case to be moved.
Yeah.
She's the one who asked for it. Nobody denied her.
I can
She
see
got
now
it.
nothing is going to make her happy in the case.
But ever since, she's been throwing motions here and here and here. You're not. It's not working.
And then on top of the fact that other DP case that she has, I believe it starts in January, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it does too.
Wow.
But
when did she take that case? If it starts in January.
I think it was not long after they moved it to Ada County.
To Ada County, I believe so. Then she ended up picking up the other one.
Wow.
And then all of a sudden, she needs time.
Well, here's the thing. If the other DP case starts in January, that trial starts in January. If they delay the Kohlberger trial, which is supposed to start in August, then that Kohlberger trial is going to end up getting pushed behind the other DP trial.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that'll be into 2026. And I know King Scarlet says something about it happening in 2026, but we are not putting that out into the universe.
No, because I have a feeling that this judge is tired of her crap
Yeah.
and is going to come back and tell her you had enough time.
Yeah.
You've had almost 3 years. And like he told her, she's got help. She's got all of her people on her team, paralegals that can help her.
Yeah. But I think, wasn't it that she didn't want the
Yeah.
help or something? I mean, she
Yep.
should have took the help. It would have, I get that she's first chair and she basically has to go over everything, even though they go through it
Yeah,
for
but
her.
the
But
paralegals, they can take the notes.
it would have.
From what they go through, and they can give them to her, and she just reads over the notes.
Yeah.
To continue.
She thinks, oh well, they can't do it.
Mhm.
What do you
Yeah.
mean they can't do it? That's what they're going to school for.
Right. I think it's more of a control issue for her.
Yeah.
Okay, Scott says a KB defense has filed a 40-page motion to continue alternate suspect. I'm curious to see who the alternate suspect is going to be.
Oh yeah.
I would love to know who it is.
Driving me nuts.
I would love to know
Yeah.
who their alternate suspect is.
And why? Why is it that person a suspect?
Yeah.
Because we ain't heard the police say this person is a suspect.
So he hasn't ruled on the alternate suspect, and he has not ruled on
Continuance.
the continuance.
Yeah.
So, and this was almost 2 weeks ago now that those documents came out. So
Yeah.
he should be, like, I get with the continuance one, there's a lot of reference trials that is in the documents, and he may have to go back and look those trials up or see, whatever the judge does. But I don't know. I don't want something to happen that if he is the one who did this, and I'm saying that just because I basically have to say that, that he doesn't get off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
if he is the one that did it,
it's not fair to these parents.
No, it's not.
Nobody asked this man to go in that house and take these 4 kids.
No.
Nobody. He decided he's going to do this because he wanted to be what? An SK?
I think that's what he was aiming for.
Did we ever figure out what the hearing was on for the role? The role of the victims or witnesses? Role of the witnesses or role of the victims? I can't remember how it was worded, but I did not understand what that was.
Okay, are you talking about with Bethany and Dylan?
Well, it didn't say. It didn't say who. It just said it was a sealed hearing, or not a sealed hearing. Yeah, sealed hearing on the role of, what did it say? Either victims or witnesses?
I think it was witnesses. It's about being on camera.
Yeah, because remember, I think it was either Dylan or Bethany, or maybe both of them. They didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah,
while they're on the stand.
Be on camera.
So you think that's what that hearing was for?
Could be.
I mean, why would they have to have a hearing for that?
It's sealed, so we won't know.
I mean, they have to have a hearing pretty much for everything, right?
I guess so.
Like, everything. But there was one that they just had that was a closed hearing.
Yeah.
And then she's wanting to sequester the witnesses. Did you guys see that?
Yeah,
no,
but I think
she wants them to be able to be in the courtroom.
She wants them sequestered, and that's going to cost even more money.
She wants the possibility of sequestering the jury. She said she didn't care if the witnesses were in the court.
Because
they could be in the courtroom, but she wants them sequestered where after court they have to go, to.
Well,
wait, I thought that was the jury.
To be sequestered.
Well, she put in for the jury, but then she put in for the witnesses who are testifying to be sequestered also.
But once they look, once they testify and they don't need them no more,
Yeah, then they're released.
they're
Yeah.
released. They don't. They
Yeah.
can't. You can't sequester them.
Yeah.
I know that there was something I remembered. I don't remember which one of the documents. That something was mentioned about the jury being sequestered,
Yeah, I seen that.
which I think is normal.
Yeah, that's
Can you imagine 3 months of being sequestered? Oh my God.
Well,
but
what was the big trial before? Was it OJ's trial or
yeah,
that
it was
Yeah.
the jury was sequestered?
Yeah.
for months.
You know,
In
so
fact, I just seen something today on the news that they were calling the Kohberger trial that it's gonna be
the next OJ trial.
as big as
Yeah.
yep.
I mean, I
Well,
think it's
as
gonna be
big
pretty
as
big.
OJ's trial was. That's what
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. That it's going to be as big, if not bigger, than OJ's. Which
I don't know. I'm just ready for it to
the
start, but at the same time,
prosecution in OJ's trial, they were so stupid. I would have never had him put that glove on.
yeah.
Because for one, OJ had arthritis in his hands.
Okay, so Metamom, most trials, no, the witnesses do not hear the other witnesses' testimony.
Right.
This trial, though, I believe it is Kohlberger's mom, dad,
And sisters.
and
Sisters.
both of his sisters. They are wanting to allow them to sit in the courtroom,
Yeah.
even before they testify.
If they
Yep.
testify.
Oh, I think they're going to testify, especially the dad.
I think one of the sisters will too.
Possibly, but I think for sure the dad's going to testify because they're going to want to know what
He
was
rode
talked
home
about
with him.
on that trip. Yeah, from
He rode home
Washington
with him.
to
Yeah.
Pennsylvania.
But do you think they'll be testifying for prosecution or defense?
Well, I do know the prosecution has the right to subpoena them.
Yeah, that's true.
So, who's to say the prosecution won't subpoena his father because he rode home with him?
Yeah.
So
Isn't
they're
all
gonna
witnesses
wanna
already
know what was talked
allowed to
about.
hear other witnesses? Okay, so Metamom, usually that's how most trials happen, she said, but isn't all witnesses already not allowed to hear other witness testimony automatically? Usually that's how it happens. They make them sit out of the courtroom. They call them
Yep.
in one by one when it's their turn, when they're called
Yep.
to the stand. And then once both the state and the defense say that they are no longer needed, they are released, and then they can sit in the courtroom or they can go home or whatever because they're not needed anymore.
Yep.
But I think the reason why they were saying about Kohberger's mom, dad, and sisters is because I believe that's going to be like the only family that he's going to have there, which is still not right, though. If they're going to be called as a witness, they need to sit outside of the courtroom just like all the other witnesses until they are called. How are they getting special treatment?
Exactly.
I agree.
Like when Letitia Stout had her trial.
Mm-hmm.
The family members sat outside the courtroom until they were called as witnesses.
Right.
Once they were released, they could stay in the courtroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can, once you're released
So,
and both sides
gives
say that
them-
you're no longer needed, then they will, and you are released. You can either stay
Yeah.
in the courtroom or you can leave,
So
go home, do whatever you want.
Right. So what gives Brian Kohberger the right to have his family there?
Exactly. That's what
They-
Courtney just said. Neither side should get special treatment. They shouldn't. If they are going to
No.
be on the witness list, whether it's for the state or the defense, they should be sitting outside of the courtroom just like all the other witnesses until it is their turn to be called to the stand. Now, I think there was something that was brought up about trying to get them as the first ones that were called to the stand or close to the front of the line for them
Yeah.
so they can sit in for the trial, because that's basically all the support system he is going to have is, I believe, the mom, the dad, the two sisters, and I believe, was it an aunt?
No. It's
that was
the
mentioned? Oh, no. What's her name? The
it's
professor.
his professor.
Yeah, the professor.
She's there to support him.
Yeah,
Yes.
she's gonna be.
What is her name? Shit.
Catherine. I
Yeah.
have all her. I got all her books. I'm
What is
gonna
her
throw
last-
her books away.
What is her last name, though?
My mom.
I can't.
I can't remember her last name, but yeah, they
She
had
worked
put
with-
in
On BTK.
yeah.
Starts with an R. Catherine.
Is it Ramslin?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Catherine Ransom.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, there was a thing put in that she was also going to be in there, and
Wow.
so yes, he is Elsie allowed support in the courtroom as far as like family and stuff like that. But the thing is, if they're going to call his dad on this to the stand to testify, the dad, just like all the other witnesses, should be set outside of the courtroom until it is his turn to testify. Once both the defense and the state releases the witness, then he can stay in the courtroom for the remainder of the trial. And
Yep.
it's the same thing if they call his mom, if they call the sisters, if they call Catherine Ramsey, Ramslin, whatever her name is, it should be the same thing, just like it is any other witness. And I believe that's why they were trying to get them to be called first or close to the beginning of the trial. That way, they're not sitting outside waiting to be called and get called in like the middle of the trial where he has no family or support in the courtroom. Because
Right.
yes, even though he is accused of murdering these 4 college students, he still is. He still has the option of having family and support in the courtroom with him during his trial. But at the same time, if those family members or support system is on the witness list, they should be sitting outside the courtroom until it's their turn to get on the witness stand.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree with that. He should not have no special treatment. Look,
No, he shouldn't. The state shouldn't, and neither should the defense.
no, neither one of them should have any special treatment. I get it. The prosecution has the burden of proof. They prove that he is who done this.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, he's not special just because he went to school for criminal justice or whatever it was.
He's the same like anybody else that has been accused of the crime that he has been accused of. He goes through the court process, through the whole legal matter, just like anybody else would.
Yeah.
Just because he thinks he's smarter than everybody in that courtroom.
He's just still getting no special treatment.
He don't look too smart right now, does he?
Commander, why are you saying you're a bad person? Wait, what did I miss something in the chat?
Oh, hell, I can't even see the chat.
Okay, wait. Ginger says, Commander, I dread getting noticed for jury duty. I don't want to do it, but if I can get out of it, I feel guilty feeling the way. It's very stressful. Yeah, a lot of people don't like doing jury duty. See, is it vegetarian or considered vegan? Because me and Ginger rather avoid jury duty. Commander, I don't blame y'all, honestly.
He's
vegan.
Yeah.
Well, he better come up with some food ideas because he's gonna be in there on death row.
Yeah. If he goes to prison, do they still
I believe if
accommodate?
it's medically necessary or if it's religious, then I believe at that point that is the only 2 reasons why they would accommodate him with a vegan diet.
Well, that ain't religious.
If it's not a religious, because they can't, anything that's religious in your religious belief, they cannot take away from you.
No.
Right.
If it's obviously it's not a religious thing. It's not a medical thing, I don't think, or if it is, we haven't heard about it.
It's
So
just a PK thing.
he should not get special treatment if he goes through the whole court process. Everything is proven that he is the one that did this, and I know where I stand on this case. I just have to watch how I say things on here. But he goes through the whole trial process. All the evidence is laid out. 100% proves that he is the one who done this. He goes to prison for the rest of his life, or he gets the DP. He should not get any special treatment. It's not a religious thing. It's not a health issue. It's not anything like that with him. This is something that he chose.
I cannot wait to see all the evidence. Like I think there's going to be stuff that's going to just blow our minds.
I think that there is a lot of stuff that we have not heard about, even though we have went over every court document that has been put out since 2022. We've went over every word of each one of them. I can't tell you how many times we went over the PCA.
Oh God, yeah.
And there's still things that we don't know that they have not put out to the public or did not make it into a court document. There's going to be a lot of things that we're going to hear that we knew nothing about. Um, so, and the ugly chuckling, I have to watch what I say on here. That's why I always say the DP.
Right.
So I'm sure that there will be things that we are going to hear from witnesses that we didn't know about that wouldn't have been put in a court document. And yeah, as long as they lay it out and they 100% prove that he is the one who done this, I still think, and I've always thought from the beginning that there was someone else involved. I don't know why. I don't know who it would have been. I just always had that feeling.
Because it just seems very. I think the reason, because I've had that feeling off and on too, and I think it's because it's just hard to fathom one person doing everything that he did in such a short amount of time.
Nope.
It's hard to think about that only because. Okay, so I'm looking at this as from a military perspective.
You set a clock. You set a timer for the time that he was in that house. It's actually longer than you think.
It is, but at the same time, I'm looking at it from someone who is specially trained in doing something like that. Because don't get me wrong, the girls he might not have had an issue with. Ethan, we have heard that Ethan was asleep. We have no idea where Ethan was really, if he was awake, if he was asleep, if he followed him. We have no idea because we have not actually heard the evidence.
Yeah.
We don't know if Ethan followed him back, if Ethan was awake, or anything else.
That is true.
Vapor, I get that, but you are former military. I'm looking at it on the perspective of someone who is not former military.
Yeah.
That's where I'm looking at it from. So you hit your pillow right now, 10, and tell me how long it takes to. Wait, what?
It takes a lot of, I'm talking a lot of energy to do what he did. And like the exhaustion that his body would be feeling. That's why it's hard to.
Yeah, but see, nobody knows if he was hyped up on anything.
True.
Yeah, he could have been on drugs. Yeah, you're right.
Nobody knows, and then not only that, his adrenaline probably took over.
Mm-hmm.
So, your adrenaline makes you do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, my opinion, it was him and him alone.
King, why do I need to do that?
And I believe Maddie was his target.
I'm still confused on the target thing, though.
I believe Maddie was his target, and Kaylee just happened to be in the same room as her.
Maybe he wasn't thinking about Kaylee being there because she actually wasn't even living at the house anymore.
Right, exactly.
And she just happened to be. I don't know. That's why I'm just ready for the trial to start. But at the same time, I don't want him to rush into the trial and something happen. And if he is the one who did this, that somehow them rushing into it, he gets off.
Yep. That's good. Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about.
And I feel like this judge is a really good judge. I think he'll make the right decision.
Okay, but see, I can't. So, Metamom, me hitting my pillow is not going to tell me how long it would take to do that to someone, because you got to think about, I'm just punching a pillow.
Yeah, that's a lot of force.
Yeah, you got to figure,
Yeah, it's holding something in your hand.
Fall back.
There could be them fighting back. You're going through flesh. You're possibly hitting bones. There's other things to take into consideration. You see what I'm saying? On top of the fact that they are trying to fight back.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that it can't be done in a certain amount of time with a trained person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm ready for the trial, but at the same time, I don't want it to be rushed and something not go right, and he gets off on it.
Well,
Yeah.
I think he's 10,000% guilty. So
Have you guys seen how people are losing their minds all over the place about Harmony Montgomery's mom getting that money?
I don't think she should have got it.
Golly, people are going crazy over it.
I don't think she should have got it. I think that if she got it because of her doing whatever she did to get it, I think she needs to give it to the little boy, put it in a trust fund or something like that for him, because I don't think she deserves the money. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion of it.
Yeah, she said 750,000 is going to her two boys, the one that's adopted and then the one that she has living with her.
How much total did she get?
2.5,
2.5.
and I think they said her attorneys will get 700,000.
She got 2.25 million.
There you go.
That's crazy. And I forgot about the other kid that she's got, but she needs to take all of that money and she needs to put it into something for both of those kids, or get with somebody and start a foundation in Harmony's name or something. Put it to good use, because me personally, my own opinion, I don't think she deserves it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I really don't. Wait, what are you going to do if little Laura gets delayed until after her DP case is finished? Vapor, if that happens, I'm going to be upset, because we have literally been talking about this case from the jump.
What?
And then we get all excited about, he said, what are you going to do if little Laura gets the trial delayed until after her other DP case is finished? I'm going to be mad.
Down.
Which I understand, like I said, if there's something that still needs to be looked into, or she does not have all the court documents that's been, that the state has got to go over, then it's not a fair case. She has the right to see everything that the state has. So that way there's no reasonable doubt. She's fully prepared. She can't say that she wasn't prepared. She didn't have this, she didn't have that. So if they have something that she does not have, they need to turn it over. That way it is a fair trial. And whenever it comes down to it and he is found guilty and he gets a DP or he doesn't get it, but he is found guilty, then there's nothing. I mean, they can do all the appeals that they want, but there's nothing that can happen.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see.
I don't know, y'all. We've been waiting on this trial to start forever. Like, my whole entire schedule. I'm going to be spending my birthday watching this trial with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Tiff, how are you? I didn't even see you come in. So,
I don't even celebrate birthdays anymore.
huh?
I said I don't even celebrate birthdays anymore.
Girl,
I dread my birthdays now.
Let me tell you something. I get my cake every single year. Trust me, if I don't get the cake, I throw a fit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't want them to come anymore. I think once you hit a certain age, you're just like, no, go away.
Yes, Madam Mom's birthday is in less than a week. Girl, I will throw a fucking fit if I don't get a cake for my birthday. I'm not even gonna lie. I will act like a 3-year-old if I don't get the cake. I don't need anything else. All I want is a cake.
That's funny. What kind of cake?
Usually Funfetti.
Oh, well, you're easy.
Yeah, I just want my birthday cake and that's it.
Yeah, you're easy.
But I mean, if this trial happens in August, I'll be spending my birthday with y'all watching the trial. Ginger, that is true. I just want my cake and a Red Bull and some gummy bears.
Who's gonna take? You have arrangements for your uncle if you're gonna be streaming the trial and everything?
Well, all I have to do is the trial is going to start 2 hours after. So if it's like at 8 o'clock, it'll be 10 o'clock here. So he's up by 10 o'clock. His cardio scans are done by 10. He's done 8 breakfasts and all that. I will be muted throughout the trial unless it's, they're on a break or lunch or whatever, and I may unmute. But yeah, I should be able to handle it. Ooh, red velvet is good
Well, at
too.
least you didn't say he was going in a nursing home for those 3 months.
No, I would not. I would not do that. Ginger, it really isn't too excessive. Like all I want, what I got for Mother's Day. I got 2 Red Bulls. I got 2 things of gummy bears, and my kids were here.
Yeah.
Very simple. That's all I asked for my birthday. My Red Bulls, my gummy bears, and my cake. Because I got to have a cake.
I've always been simple like that too. When Jaden's dad and I were married, I used to I would get upset because, like, on my birthday, I'd have so many presents that I would get tired of opening them because he thought that was a thing to do.
Mhm.
And I just didn't want all that.
King, it's better to be prepared and it not happen than it happen and not be prepared.
I think King's taken off work too for that trial.
Did you get the new? No, Vapor. I haven't got. So I hadn't had one since Mother's Day, and then I got one yesterday, and it was the where my can went. It was in a blue Red Bull. It was in a blue can, so I haven't got the pink one yet.
You haven't had a Red Bull since yesterday?
No, yesterday was the first one I had since Mother's Day. Well, I was bought 2 for Mother's Day. I had one that night and then one the next day.
Oh,
So I
I'm so
haven't had.
proud of you. I didn't know you had quit.
I
like
didn't
that.
quit. I didn't quit. I just haven't been drinking them as much.
Well, I mean, that's all. I mean, since Mother's Day, that's
That was
very good.
May 11th to May 30th.
That's, yeah, 19 days.
That's a record.
Yeah, that's good. I bet your heart is happy.
Yeah, I guess. I'm still vaping though. I need to quit. See, I just want to remember my husband and kids, and I love thanking my Facebook friends for their wishes. Exactly, Ginger. As long as my kids are here, I'm good. Which they'll have to come that night for my birthday. They can't come during the day. So, all right, y'all. I need to get off of here. I've been on here for over 3 hours, y'all.
Yep. Time flies when you're having fun.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down.
Okay. Well, have a good night. Thank you for coming up.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to.
All right.
Good
Yeah.
night, everybody.
Have a good night. Thank you for coming up, Avery.
Bye.
Bye. All right, y'all. I'm about to get out of here. I've done been on here for over 3 hours. Scarlet and the cake. Ginger, you've been in here long enough. You know I have to have my birthday cake every single year on my birthday. If I don't, I will throw a fit. I will act like a child. That's all I ask for is the birthday cake. Meta Mom, have a wonderful night. All right, y'all. I'm out of here for the night. It's almost 2 o'clock. Ginger, have a good night. I love you all. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out. Tomorrow night is Sunday, right? Is that right? Today was Saturday? Yes. Okay, so Sunday night I will not be live. Vapor, have a good night. Exactly, Tiff. You understand where I'm coming from. So Sunday night I will not be live. Commander, have a good night. I will be back Monday night. So I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful night, a good Sunday. I will be in Discord. Betty Jo, have a good night. And I will talk to all of y'all later.